Okay, we're actually in chapter 18. I thought we were in chapter 17. We must have just gotten to 18.
I think we just did.
Yeah, I think we have to do exploration, and that's why we stopped, because exploration always takes a while.
Right. My son is beautiful and good. I have the Hyros from Discord if anyone wants it. Oh my god. Yeah, it's in my Discord, I believe, in Stream Doodles.
Dream doodles.
Something like that. Doodles. It's where I was initially putting all the beans and any Poke Fusions of horror. Like we have this lovely boy in it.
Oh god, that thing.
Slaking.
He's got them eyes.
He does have them bedroom eyes.
I mean, you were saying that you didn't really care for Bulbasaur's evolutions that much, but Ivysaur has major bedroom eyes in Gen 2, I think it is.
Oh my god.
Pretty crazy. All right.
Bedroom eyes good. And Miss Mimoke, he was the best. Jesus Christ. Mimoke is also in there.
He was my choice.
Pichu, colors, and face is horrifying. Can I just say?
And you thought mine was going to be the worst.
I mean, yours is pretty nightmare fuel.
You're welcome. I think that's because of the implications.
Yeah.
Of how Mimoke was created.
I mean... Are things wrong? Also, I really like Aelord. Aelord's creep-ass face. I have him as an emo, I think. Here you go.
Oh, yikes. Didn't need to see that today.
That's Snuffles! Snuffles put that together.
Snuffles is no longer welcome in this chat.
Apalm and Wailord together, and it's horrifying.
Ugh, I hate Apalm anyway.
Mm-hmm. Same. But yeah,
I love how you're like, yeah, same.
It's glorious, cat. Thank you, Stardust.
All right. So we're going to explore. We don't have any paralogs. We might actually be done with paralogs for this playthrough. We might have done them all. So...
I think so. I think you only had 3 left and you weren't sure if there were going to be more and nobody knew. So.
Well, then we don't have an answer.
Fender Ellie is very curious. By the way, if you didn't see that.
About let's go to Abyss. Get that out of the way.
Best thing about my moment was Misha's raid into it. I know. I was like, don't look at it.
That was so funny.
She's like, what you draw in there? I actually went back and looked back at her VOD when she was looking for a channel to raid, and she saw mine, and she literally just, like, laughed, and then was like, I'm just gonna let you guys see what she's drawing. She didn't even tell them what they were getting into. Oh my god.
Professor. For anybody who doesn't know, Kat was taking suggestions for Poke Fusion, so 2 Pokemon fused into 1, and I suggested Professor Oak and Mr. Mime, which is against the rules, but nepotism. So,
yeah, because I said no people, but nepotism.
But nepotism. So as Kat was drawing it, she got raided by one of our friends and died a little inside.
Yep. That is exactly what happened.
That is exactly what happened.
I've got something to report. I hear there was a huge battle
recently.
recently.
Your belt is not tucked in right. It's just sticking out at me and I don't like it.
It looks like a hazard, bro.
Yeah.
We should live like our time here
My son is a good boy. That's beautiful, Fender. So far, Tim has attempted to assassinate my son with a flamethrower and then with ice. I mean,
good. This is why Tim's a mod. He goes right for the violence.
Jigglychamp is scary. I do also have that as an emote. Where's Jigglychamp? There it is.
Great.
Jiggly buff.
Thought you were gonna say jiggly butt.
I mean, Jiggly butt? No, Jiggly buff.
I hear Hilda proposed
Aww.
It looks like a very swole Jigglypuff.
We've got a little strategy.
It looks like a tank.
Not too long ago, she was just a
Oh
tiny
my
girl
god, can that
who
be a
couldn't
mod
do it
on
her
Left
own.
4 Dead, please?
She's the fiercest
Jigglypuff
of the
tank.
fierce. I wonder what Holst would say if he saw her now. I bet he'd be proud. Just like me.
Are you talking about
Aw.
Hilda?
I don't know, I missed the beginning. I heard the end.
Well,
Jigglypuff is
It's
Jigglytough.
not that I don't sympathize with Lady Edelgard's goals, mind you,
yeah, he was talking about
Okay.
Hilda.
but perhaps not to the point of shedding blood for her ideals.
Connie, if we were playing Crimson Flower, you'd be all for it.
I mean, I want to say some ideals are worth fighting for, but I don't know if she'd like that. So perhaps not.
I must keep her example
Okay.
in mind as I chart a new path. Peace in
You leave my
Fodlan and
wife
a
alone.
restored House Nouvelle shall be my guiding star as I blaze my own
Well,
trail.
Tim's been, or not Tim, Finder's been purged.
Well,
F.
F.
Slowtails is adorable. Are you just going
Why are
through
they
them all?
clapping in you? What? They are
They're-
doing the
whoa,
same
they are in
animation.
sync?
What? What are they, a boy
That's
band?
amazing.
Ain't no lie, baby. Bye, bye, bye.
Bye bye. Whoa, how did that happen? Tim?
I don't know what that was about. Anyway, don't you miss the guys who were just squatting here a while ago? They were having that squatting contest. Remember them?
Sync
The
clap.
Empire rallies
Yeah.
its forces and attacks Garrick Mach.
Oh my
I'm
god.
not so sure Abyss will be okay. If we're not careful, it'll end up buried in rubble.
I mean,
We'll let that happen. Oh,
Never
okay.
the valiant one,
he.
but nobody ever knows
He
how a
liked
war will
it.
turn out.
Great.
That's part of the deal, you know. Maybe I'm being paranoid.
Probably.
To ensure there's still a refuge for people to escape to.
I'm just scrolling through your dude. Yes.
People have always fought, I guess. Bandits and nobles clashing over territory, things like that. So before the war, when folks talked about how peaceful everything was, I thought, what continent are you living on? I get it now. A few isolated skirmishes here and there are nothing compared to a full-blown war. The one truly peaceful place I've known was the village where I grew up.
Aww.
I feel bad for
It
Happy.
kind of didn't occur to me that there might be people unfamiliar with them. For what? Oh, with the doodles? Yeah. It didn't occur to me either.
You can't tell anyone you saw me here. I'm in hiding from the army. I couldn't stand the war, the violence. I had to get away. But now that I've deserted, I can't go home. Justice,
Aw.
ambition. What does any of that matter if you're dead? I just want
I
to
mean,
Is that so wrong?
Yes, now I will
That's
strike you
fair.
down.
you don't deserve to live now.
Here there was a pretty spectacular battle up there recently, but we don't hear a lot about that stuff. There was a lot of talk when it first started, but 5 years on, it's just a fact of life.
What? There have been lots of battles on the surface recently? I haven't heard.
Where the
See
fuck
what I mean?
Surprise,
have you
bitch.
been? We've been at war for like 5 years, bro.
Sleep?
Like, I mean, our excuse is that we were asleep. What's your excuse, bro?
We were unconscious in a river?
Yeah.
I'd probably be that woman if an actual war broke out. Oh.
My friend says there's twice.
Oh, yeah, I'd be hiding my ass. We've
Yeah.
seen that. We're playing Left 4 Dead, cats running out in front of everyone. I'm staying in the back like, nope. I will.
Basically exactly that.
I will save my own
Exactly that.
ass.
I mean, fair. It keeps the team alive, just not me, because I'm stupid.
I mean, I was able to
I'll
save you a
shoot the
couple
witch
times,
for
though.
you.
I will run up the stairs, see the witch, and immediately shoot her, because that's the best course of action.
Me. Exactly me. So wager for you. Twice as many women in Abyss. Easily twice as many women. No, the men aren't as few as that. It seems like there's more men.
There's a lot more men. I don't know what his friend is going on about. Like, look at this room alone.
Yeah.
There are no women in here except for
like,
me.
We've seen like 2 girls and that's it, not including Happy at Constance.
Yeah.
Oh.
But we got Mithril for answering his question correctly. Oh, shoot. I need to go check scrap while we're down
How do
here.
you get his hands on Mithril? Edelgard has
Dole
the
it.
best ideas of how to help a country, Ellie. Bork. Bork, Bork.
I love her.
Bork. Borkity Bork.
Do I need to buy seals? I can't remember.
I don't remember. Good luck. No fucking clue. I'm really helpful, I know.
I mean, it's not a huge deal because we'll probably explore again. So I can check.
Oh, true. Can't you buy seals when doing the
Master
testing?
seals? I have to.
Oh,
I often
right.
have to buy from
Doctor.
from Anna.
Oh,
Doctor.
My bad. The Doctor Mask Boy.
Oh, Plague Doctor? No. I buy them from Anna.
Okay.
And then the Abyssian seals you have to get from the altar.
Okay.
All right, who are we taking to the...
Epi and Constance are basically the only girls in Abyss besides the mysterious woman. Yep. Yeah, Edelgard's fantastic. I love her. I just, I don't want people dying either, but Edelgard's fantastic. There's fucking Rhea again. Oh.
Surprise opera. Just like earlier. Who do you want to take to the sauna?
Bernie.
Bernie.
Let's take
Bernie's like, why me?
I know. I want to stay inside.
The sauna's inside, Bernie. It's fine.
They all cute.
Oh, God, Bernie.
Oh, Jesus, Bernie.
Well.
All right, well, at least Bernie's feeling good.
Yeah.
Cat
Hey.
cheese.
Well, that worked.
Basically. We did.
Rhea isn't actually missing. She's in the walls following the professor around singing. She's a basilisk. She's just following us around. We're the only one who can hear her sing.
Yep.
Because we can speak parcel tongue.
That's the lore.
The lore.
That's what we were
Bernie
saying
is
before.
feeling the burn.
Oh my god.
All right, are you ready to be counselor? There's one note.
Sure.
Every day is filled with nothing but the harshness of war. My only solace is eating sweets. Is that childish of me?
I want to say who cares, you should eat them proudly. But I don't know if that's what she wants.
Well, it
Nah,
wasn't.
damn it. It was either that or the next one.
Yeah, it was probably the next one.
F.
Sorry, I thought you wanted to say that one.
No, that's the one I was gonna go with.
Oh, okay.
But I was wrong.
You got a problem?
Just was stuck between the two.
So many people
My wife.
died in the battle at Gronder.
One of them.
And here we are.
I read that as
preparing for
Gondor.
the next battle, as if nothing happened the day before.
This is not Lord of the Rings.
It's almost easier to think about war as
Salt, starve, power!
Later, thank you so much for the resub for 10 months. I hope you enjoy your emotes and also your sub badge.
Yes. Hex, yes.
Goodness. I need to gift a sub, but everybody is subbed right now who has spoken.
The wife Nintendo will actually let me have you.
True. Very
Facts.
true.
Give me my wife. All day, every day.
Well, I'll just have to wait and snipe someone when they come
If
in.
you can beat them. The actors die. The show goes on. Doesn't really seem like it. Yeah, the first one.
Something like that.
Okay, good.
If an accident happens on stage, the next day's performance must be unaffected.
Not if the stage
Everyone
burns
just
down.
pretends like everything is fine, focusing on their role in the play.
Poor Dorothy gets very sad after the time skip.
So sad.
She's seen some shit.
My wife.
Oh, Mom! Hi, Mom.
Oh, Goddess, hear my
Ma'am.
prayer.
Mom.
Please bless the deceased with peace everlasting, and may his soul rest in tranquility. You know, I used to see him praying
Dimitri?
quite often when I would come
I
to the
think so,
cathedral
yeah.
at night. I
Aww.
wonder who it was he prayed for back then.
He
That's so
prayed
sad.
for the strength to kill everyone.
Yeah. Aww. That's a nice, sad little touch.
Mammal is a
Mammal
good girl.
is a good girl.
Oh, Mammal.
Look, it's best waifu. Allegra Clark. I mean, Clark. I mean,
out of the Empire.
Dorothea.
There's no place for our kind there anymore.
Hi, random monk.
But there are still many inside Empire territory who haven't abandoned their faith in the Church of Saros. I pray that one day we'll get the chance to rebuild the church within the Empire.
Well, keep dreaming.
She got married to a surprising person. Who did she get married to?
Was it Felix?
I didn't know they could.
Yep, they can. They have an A support.
Good thing Mercy cut her hair. The hair over her shoulder as a mom is a sure sign you're dead. Why? Because every fucking anime mom has a side ponytail and dies.
That's sad, but I prefer her ponytail.
As I suspected, they seem
It
to be
is very
supporting
common.
the
She
Imperial
married the
Army now.
player.
But
Aww.
I don't quite know who they
So
are
you?
yet. Nor
Or
do I know
Violet?
what tricks they'll use against us next.
Or do you mean
We can't afford to let
Sylvain?
our guard down.
Might be Sylvain then.
The player. Sylvain! Yep. Interesting.
There's word
Mom
that
and Sylvain.
Claude's developed a rather interesting strategy
He could do
to
better.
capture the fortress. You know Fort Mercius's nickname, I assume, the stubborn old general. But there must be one or
Linhart,
two
you
gaps
literally
in
have a
its
book strapped to your
defenses.
ass. How is that comfortable?
It's a very important book.
I guess
That's not
so.
the right spelling for that autocorrect. I got you. Ew, no, mammal.
The battle at Gronder Field was
Stay
gruesome, wasn't
away.
it? But perhaps it's irresponsible to look away, to close our eyes to the horrors of war.
You don't have to force yourself.
Thank you. But I think I do, actually. As survivors,
Oh, okay, fine.
we must ensure
Don't
that
listen to
all
me.
these lives were not lost in vain. We must see the tragic foundations upon which we'll build our future. May an age of peace rise from the ashes, so that all this sacrifice means something.
Okay.
All right, buddy. Oh, what game, Kiwi? This game?
Mercy wouldn't be hurt by Sylvain's cheating. She'd just cheat and get more women than him. I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean,
Mercy is secretly a player herself.
that'd be amazing. I had Byleth marry Constance just to see what would happen. That's awesome.
Hilda's quite a tactician, disguising ourselves as enemy soldiers to sneak in undetected.
That is like the
Brilliance. With this
most
strategy,
basic of
Trojan horse.
plans. Yeah, seriously,
I know.
Eloise.
jaws of
I never would have thought of that, guys.
I'll say that's a good point.
with you
Oh,
now,
I thought he'd like that.
I've
But
no doubt the
I mean, we
Empire
don't
will
really.
suffer an
It doesn't really matter if
embarrassing
Eloise likes us or not.
Get it? Deceit
That's true.
again?
She wouldn't get mad. She'd just destroy his inflated ego in the most painful way possible.
She'd go for all the girls he was into, and they would go for her and not him.
Fact.
Please tell Claude not to give us any more ridiculous orders.
Okay.
I've reached out through all of my channels, but there are limits to these things. I'll have to recruit an entire town's worth of people if I ever plan on making enough Imperial uniforms.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Did he make a dad joke? Yes. He makes a lot of them.
Yes.
Shamir. I love
Each
Shamir.
time we take a step forward, more blood is spilled. But by spilling that blood, we're able to take yet another step forward. War is always a cruel affair.
You know who you're sounding like, Claude?
Luckily, we have each other to lean on. We've
Hey,
steeled
Ogre.
our hearts. We won't be broken.
I'm just saying, we could all be friends. Except
I'm glad
Dimitri,
we
because
have
he's
such
dead.
reliable allies. Allies.
I couldn't agree more. Without them,
I mean, F. Dimitri,
never
who
have
died
made it
off
this far.
screen.
Oh, and about taking
I wonder if he's going to appear to us in a dream again, like he did in Church Route.
It's called an
Did he?
impregnable
Oh my god,
fortress.
that's
Yeah,
amazing.
he came and talked to me for a brief minute, and then
Or we may not.
left, and then Sedith was like, that was obviously just a dream. And I was like, okay. And then Dudu was like, I am angry, I will cut off Edelgard's head, rah! And then went the wrong way. And that's what happened.
And that's what happened.
And that's what happened.
I wonder how far we can get with this plan. Dressing up like Imperial soldiers to sneak in.
Claude said it could use some refinement. Any ideas?
What is...
We could always dress you as the Emperor.
Dress me as Edelgard? But we look nothing alike. On second thought,
true.
let's just stick to the
It
plan
is
as
true.
originally conceived. That seems safer.
Why were either of those options?
I don't know. I thought the first one was bad, but then I read Claude dressed as a girl, and I was like, this seems like a really bad opportunity for the game to make a terrible... Like, it's gonna act like it's a joke, whereas it's not funny, because if Claude wants to dress as a woman, he can. So...
Well,
My wife-
this isn't Persona, so it might have been fine.
True. It might have been, but I wasn't sure, so I did not want to give it the opportunity.
Each step closer to Enbar, I'm reminded of another part of my past. Riches and poverty, glory and failure. That city has it all. And if I'm honest, sometimes I miss it. That's how the past works, though, isn't it? It's always a different story than what you really lived.
My poor wife. In Persona, it would not have been fine, right? Alois is one of the few male supports. He's not even a male support.
I don't think it counts. The game tries to make it
count
count, but it doesn't really count. Because he's married, because, you know, he has a wife and everything, right, guys?
You can S-rank him as both male and female, right?
Yes, and it's the same... it's the same outcome. You just marry some rando in the village that he lives in. You don't... It's nothing to do with him.
You don't even end up with him.
Nope. So it's not really romancing him at all, and it's
Great
dumb.
Destroyer. Yeah.
I don't like it.
I just want you to cosplay as Edelgard. I mean,
military installation. Utterly impregnable, they say.
not a good use of the word impregnable.
Yeah, but Ellie, we've never seen them, so we all think he's lying.
We assume it's not true.
We're pretty sure he's just lying.
But yeah, that's why I don't consider him a support, because, like, he is, obviously, but it's just, like, baiting. Both straight and queer baiting. It's both, because you can't actually be with him.
Yeah, and S-rank is usually only romantic. Exactly. Right. So for somebody who may have come into the game and didn't know that it wasn't a real romance, that would have sucked, you know?
I would have been upset.
Right. And I think Gilbert is the same, but I haven't done that one, so I don't know for sure, but I thought chat said that Gilbert was also like that.
That would not surprise me. Your S-rank friendship goes beyond time. It'd be nice if you had a clear distinction between platonic and romantic endings for Byleth. Right. Agreed. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they could have just made it A+. How hard would that have been?
Is it Fodlan's locket?
I thought they said the stubborn old general?
Indeed. A
Nice.
Good answer. But of course,
Kid is a much better student than I am.
I'm the professor. I'm the ultimate student.
Why, you were called
Fact.
the Ashen Demon. Myself, I have been called the Father of Crestology.
I think you call yourself that, Hannah.
Fair.
Come on now, don't lie to us. Let me check our
My wife sounds
skills.
drunk.
I think
Also,
she's just
how many
sad.
supports do we have?
I mean, it could be both. I don't know how many supports we have. I haven't looked. Okay, so we have an A in faith. It's not really worth it to do anything else. I guess we could maybe work on reason if we feel like it, but I could probably just save the activity points at this point.
Fair.
All right.
The Ashen Demon should return as a teacher. Oh, wait. I don't know. I know nothing.
I can see further than most
Or
other
I
people
do,
can
and I just
see.
forget.
But I can't figure the point of
Are
seeing
you a
further than an
Legolas?
arrow can fly, since I can't shoot
He
what I see.
wishes.
You could find
If
our targets
Legolas were
quicker than
shoved up
anyone?
Galadriel's ass.
The bottom one? Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay,
it
good,
could
you
be
like
real
that.
useful for finding Lady Rhea too. Thanks, Professor. I think I get it now. I'm gonna put my eyes
I
to
don't, but
real
okay.
good use.
I wasn't paying attention to anything that was just said, so.
Some say they saw Gilbert, who used to serve in the Knights of Seros at Gronder.
Great.
Apparently, he was originally
They wanted to
a
romance
knight
him.
of
I
the
mean, it's
kingdom
Eloise.
who
They just
served
deserve the
Prince Dimitri.
disappointment.
He
Damn.
was an exceptional
Damn,
knight.
Great Destroyer.
I wish I could have fought by his side.
Yeah, originally Linhardt was the only real MM option until they added Yuritsa and Yuri.
Yeah.
Oh, Yuri is.
He is.
Okay.
He
Still
is.
pissed me off
Claude
since I
really
freaking
should
hated
have been,
Linhardt, yeah.
though. I don't understand.
Yes, Claude really should have.
Hello, husband.
Legolas
Narcissus
was a
is a
shitty
keep that was
character, then yes,
constructed to
Zero
defend
can be
the
him.
Imperial capital, Enbar. We cannot enter the capital without first capturing that fort. But once we have it, the city should be almost entirely at our mercy.
It's your
Whatever
drinking
strategy you
game,
have in
Ellie.
mind, I have faith that it will lead to victory.
He is what Rhea tells him to be. So if
It's
Rhea
true.
says he's Legolas, then he's Legolas.
Fact. Is it strange that I like Lynn's Goddess Tower scene? I've not seen it, so I don't know.
No, you like whatever you want.
Yeah, for sure. 100% Claude fucking flirts with you regardless of Blyla's gender. Tell
And
me about
dances
it,
with
Manuela.
you. And dances with you at the Heron Cup. Well,
yeah.
I think that might actually be the dance contest, but you know what I mean, the ball. He'll dance
Yeah.
with you no matter what.
Right.
My relationship with the Boar Prince began even before I was born. He was
Oh, you were
always by
fetus
my
friends?
side. You might even say that at one time we were best friends.
Oh my god.
Felix the fetus friend?
Best friends? Don't you mean fetus friends? What happened?
I couldn't fathom the depth of his hatred for the Empire. So much anguish. Could I have saved him? Could I have stopped him?
That sounds like something
Probably.
somebody would say if you're like, "Oh, I've known her my whole life. You know, we've been best friends forever." Well, I was best friends with my best friend since we were since we were fetuses. So it just seems like something someone would say to one up you.
Yeah.
Listen.
Exactly. Claude loves his super cool teach
Fort
Byleth.
Mercius
Yeah.
is old and strong. Its reputation for durability is equal to that of Aryan Road. Are we really going to leave this to Claude? With a
Best
plan
fetus
concocted by
friends
Hilda of all
forever.
Oh my god. Have a little faith? I don't know.
like to, but I'm
F.
always troubled.
I love how Lorenz is like, "I would like to, but I can't. So fuck
Let
off."
us hope the end
But
result
nope.
is not too outlandish.
To you too, Rando. Rhea, shut up. We're not playing your route. Shut up.
Doesn't matter how sturdy the keep. If the commander defending it is incompetent, it can fall as easy as anything. That's what they say, at least. I wonder if that applies to Fort
He's got
Mercius.
like dragon armor. I
He
love
does
it.
have pretty badass armor.
I think he's a wyvern lord. I think that's why.
Competent commander to a
Still
fort
cool.
as important as that one.
Norman Reedus. Oh my gosh, Norman Reedus is best fetus friends.
I mean, and Norman Reedus and his amazing fetus, exactly. I am best friends with that fetus.
It's always always so peaceful coming back here. But it's hard to relax.
I kind of
knowing you
want
have to go out on another expedition
that
and
fucking
be so
fetus
simple
statue.
and assaulting that
Oh
huge
God.
But it was $200.
sounds hard. Oh, really hard. Don't you think it'll be
Aw,
hard?
Bernie. It's going to be tough. I don't know if she wants. Okay, good. What did you do?
I can't believe I tried to hug you through the door.
Oh,
I love you.
Bernie.
She is my daughter. Nobody
will-
touch her.
I will protect.
I protect. Kat, did you finish Death Stranding? Hell no. I am not that far into it. I think I'm in chapter 3 or 4. I don't remember entirely.
Veggies, getting some veggies.
Wait, huh? Wait, what for Restless Joker? Love this girl, nobody hurt my daughter. Exactly. So precious. That fetus statue is a nightmare inducing. Just imagine waking up in the middle of the night to see the fetus looking
No,
at
I
you.
don't want to. No, I don't want to imagine that. Creeps
I
me
wouldn't
out as
have it in
is.
my bedroom. I'd have it in the
You'd wake up
office.
with it in your bed.
That'd be horrifying. Oh my god. But like, I was creeped out at first, but now that, you know, I've started to have a bond with this baby, I want him. But yeah, it was like $200 to get the statue with the game, and it was before I had obviously played it, and it was a pre-order thing. F.
Way back when a fortress was just a playground for me. Yeah.
The statue, that, huh? Yeah. It's a statue that's, the fetus you carry around. The little baby you carry around in the incubator.
Fed every day. So they're
From
swimming all
Death Stranding.
lazy and serene.
It was a pre-order
The only
exclusive.
reason they're kept here is so that they can one day
Ma'am,
be used
do you need a boob window for your outfit?
Fish don't know that, so they just swim
I'm just
around
thinking about her safety in battle.
But aren't
Doesn't seem
soldiers much the
practical.
same?
Do you need that boob window?
Do you need it? That would be some FNAF stuff. Five Nights at Fetus. Saw Fire Emblem 3 Houses meme on Reddit of Byleth saying, "I'm a young teacher who's hip," and Bernie saying to her, "No, you're not. You're just clueless." I mean, both. Hello.
Hello.
Our best friend BB. Exactly. Teleporting statue. It'll watch over you and protect you from nightmares. I mean, sure, Cat. Waking up next to your fetus statue being like, "Good morning, my amazing fetus." Jesus Christ. Shy Guy would never let me keep it in the bedroom. Tell you that much. He'd be like, "That's not staying anywhere near where I sleep."
That's bleak. It must have been
Aw.
so hard on everyone. You gotta keep looking after them all. I mean, they still look to you for guidance, you know? Hey!
Aw, Anna. You sweet bean.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Do you
just...
need the boob window? No, of course not. But it's very distracting for everyone. Not
I mean,
her.
I don't know, Kat.
True.
We don't have a lot of money.
Nope. We should probably be stingy.
I'll just buy 3 for now.
Thanks a bunch. Appreciate it.
Poor
Oh, I did
BB.
a
He
thing.
does his best. I love BB. Not when we have nightmares about BB, but I love BB.
You have a pleasure.
You have a good eye.
You have a good eye.
Oh man, it's so expensive. You should probably hold off all your money for emergencies. If Byleth can have a belly button window, then that night can have a boob window. I mean,
Listen,
true. I also
we are-
don't care for the belly button window at all. It makes
We
no
are
sense.
the enlightened one, so we are invincible. That random NPC without a name, not invincible.
No. It's like a red shirt in Star Trek.
Right. What do you require?
That's what I think of.
Farewell.
Thanks, bro.
Hello there.
Hey.
BB stands for best baby. Oh my god, yes. Del Toro baby is best baby. I mean, Del Toro baby's at least the less scary nightmare. So there's that. You have a good
Is this it?
Exactly.
Is this it? There you go.
Repair that. Let's see what else we need.
Under the Heart of Greed, Anna cares. I mean, I like the belly button window. Of course you do, Tim.
Is this it?
I just think it's
Doesn't
impractical
surprise
and it's
me.
a weird design choice. When Byleth was shown for Smash and stuff, River watched the video and was like, does Byleth have a belly button window? And I was like, yep. And she's like,
Yep.
why? I'm like, I don't know. It's just a very weird choice. I've not seen it very often. I mean, wear a piercing or something so it's decorated. Although that would get hurt even more, so you know. Random NPC is an invincible, stabs NPCs. See?
Is this it? There you go.
The Enlightened one just makes you invincible to all incoming damage. If you take any damage, it's damage that can rip reality in two, and therefore the person that did it should be purged.
Is this it?
F.
There you go.
This sounds like KatFTWynn's voice actress.
Yeah, it very well could be because they often will use an actor for multiple roles.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Is this it? There you go.
Because I've definitely heard Bernie elsewhere in the game.
That would not surprise me. They just really want you to listen to these voices and enjoy. Exactly.
No, they just want to pay them less. They don't want to hire another person and have to pay them.
Yeah.
Which is why if you go on somebody's credits and you'll see them credited with like 30 voices, that's why.
Yep. That's why they just say various voices. And they don't even say which ones. I hate the mic.
I hate that though. So I'm like, give them the proper credit, man. They did the work.
Seriously.
Oh.
Like The Sinking City. We'll never know who voiced the main actor. We'll never fucking know the main character.
Oh.
Which is like the weirdest choice to not credit, but okay.
Bagel and
Fear the Deer.
Gigi,
Hi, Bagel.
thank you for the follow. Fear the Deer.
Fear the Deer.
Fear the Deer.
I think belly button window is
Somebody
cute.
getting some panties.
Hey.
Dang it, Ellie. Rude. Ellie, thank you for gifting that sub to Bagel. Bagel, I hope you enjoy
Sniping
your emotes.
before Kita could.
And also your sub bench. This is why. It bothers me when I see a voice actor in games and I know, and it just says various voices. Like, which ones?
Yeah.
I know.
Which
Like, give them
ones?
credit.
Belly
Give them
button
the
window
credit.
is cute. I would have like Scumlad a little bit if he had a belly button window. I mean,
See, I would have been more
equality.
okay with. Yeah, exactly. Give Scumlad the belly. What is this?
What?
Soulless monkey. What are you doing?
Holy shit! I was looking at the game like, wait, what's happening? Nothing's happening.
My
on the
word. Soulless monkey, thank you for gifting 25 tier 1
Holy
subs.
shittles. I also got an emote.
This so Cat, and I got an emote too. Oh my gosh, Soulless monkey gifted a sub to Byleth. Well, that's perfect.
It's just straight up Byleth.
Yep.
Holy
Doing emotes spewing on the
crap.
stream. Thank you so much. Soulless monkey, have some hype. My word.
Flood the chat with panties.
You are banned, son. I wasn't involved here. Gotta be quicker on the draw. Well, if you're shooting 25 targets at once, how do I compete with that?
How do I compete?
Now I owe 3 subs. What? How am I gonna do that? Almost 4. What is this?
Almost.
How dare all of you? Just fire a cannon into the crowd and see what happens. I like to snipe, you know.
Oh my god.
When they're least expecting it.
Fair.
My goodness, guys. Thank you so much for all those subs. That's so many subs.
Kita using a musket, Solus using a shotgun.
Listen, I'm old, okay? I'm old. I don't know these newfangled weapons. What do you want from me? God damn it.
God damn it. Would you like me to let my sub run out for you, Kita? Said Ellie. Just to snipe. That's super awesome, Solus, you sweet bean. Holy crapple. And everyone getting those emotes.
Yes. Spread the emotes. I'm sorry, ma'am. Are we boring you?
No. I'm just a CP bean all the time lately.
I know what you mean.
I have taken a nap every day for the last 4 days in a row.
Eco and I have felt the same of just being, like, exhausted all the time.
Sleepy.
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 What else do we have? I have Javelin Plus.
I'm currently exhausted. Exactly, Ego. I remember one game that had the major character whose actress wasn't credited. It was a really bad performance, but I think it had more to do with the voice directing, trying to make her sound innocent. Oh.
Yeah, because it's not always their fault if they're directed a certain way.
Right. I will say for, like, The Sinking City, I don't get it because he was great. Like, I loved the voice acting. I wanted to know who the voice actor was and if he had done anything else. Not
That's so
credited.
bizarre.
And we couldn't figure it out.
That's
like
so bizarre that he wasn't.
Yeah,
credited.
and Fender found a Reddit that was, like, hypothesizing who it was. Like, it was heavily implied it was this person. I don't remember who it was. And so Fender tweeted at him and he was like, no, it wasn't me. So we don't know if, like, the person, whoever voiced it, is trying to distance themselves from it because it's Lovecraftian and you can be a racist asshole. But you can also choose to call out racism. Like, you can play one of two ways in the game. So maybe they were uncomfortable with the option that you could do the bad thing.
Who knows?
I don't know.
It could have been
We
something
won't know.
behind the scenes too that maybe
That's true too.
Like, you never know.
Right. So F, but he was great, and I thought he did a great job voice acting him.
Lurking while fighting the final main boss in Persona 5 Royal. Well, good luck, Solus Monkey.
Good luck.
You didn't seem to be lurking. Thank you.
Just casually lurking, throwing out, 25 subs. It's fine.
Just a casual lurk. And have a good lurk as well, Ellie. Have fun,
Aw,
Kita.
take
Cat,
care,
make sure
Ellie.
you feed the bloodthirst.
Nothing to report.
The best bloodthirst.
Oops. I skipped what he said.
Doug Cockle, Geralt from the Witcher series. What about Doug Cockle?
I'm not ready to say my final goodbyes to everyone.
Are you saying that's who voiced the dude?
Oh, is that who voiced Geralt? Is that what you're saying, Dragon?
Just in general?
Is it possible they
talking
asked
about
not to
Geralt?
be credited? I guess.
That might be.
That's who
Fender
Fender
tweeted at.
tweeted
That's
it?
who they
Okay.
hypothesized.
Gotcha.
So it's possible, but yeah, we can't figure it out. Like, we tried to find out, and it doesn't say in the credits.
Alliance territories were excited to hear of your victory in the last battle. We don't much like the prospect of doing business under the heel of the Empire. The Alliance is what we know and love. But more than that, it's low on regulations, which is great for business. Please keep up the good work, Professor. The merchants of the world are on your side.
Wait, what about my nutrition? Oh, because I'm exhausted? I mean, I'm not eating the best, but not the worst. Oh.
I think it's just a stressful time.
Yeah. On Tuesday, I was like, this feels like Monday, and today still feels like Monday. Yep.
Claude takes care of the strategy, you direct the troops, and the rest of us focus on the fighting. As long as the
All right.
system keeps working, we can win any battle, no matter the odds. That's what everyone's saying, anyway. Hope you can keep up with
Leonie,
our
that's what everyone's saying, but I think it's bullshit.
I mean, maybe it isn't a real person. It's an eldritch creation to spread the great Cthulhu. I mean, would be on brand.
After the battle at Gronder, some people claim they saw my father. They said he walked off the battlefield clutching His Highness's dead body. So long as
Well?
father's alive, I don't need anything else. I hope to see him again one day.
Well,
Sad.
you might have to kill him.
I thought you were on about Call of Cthulhu voice actor first, then I remember it was not him. No. The Sinking City. Also H.P. Lovecraft, but
his heart.
different game.
He should not have tried leading an army while his emotions were holding him captive.
How about some weaponry? Leaders can't be emotional?
No. If a leader's emotions overcome
Rude.
them, others must
I mean,
step in
true.
to prevent poor decision-making.
It
Why did
depends.
his followers not intervene? His attendants. I used to call Edelgard my leader, and now she is running amok.
He really
I am
hasn't
duty
done
bound to
much in this
stop
playthrough, and they're all like, Edelgard's doing all this shit. I'm like, we literally just fought, like, both of them? I mean, I know Dimitri's dead, so I guess people can't be like, well, we gotta go fight Dimitri, but, like, we fought both of them, and Edelgard really hasn't done too much thus far.
She has not yet.
I mean, yeah, like, obviously the initial conflict was, started by her, but, you know.
But aside from that,
Well, she
the
hasn't
only best
really
golden deer.
done anything. Like,
At
that
least
was the
she didn't
first time
talk
we
about
even saw
trolls,
her.
yeah.
Alright, let's go to the
You killed a
gazebo.
wasp earlier? Was it a murder
Ugh.
hornet? Marianne is best deer girl. I do like Marianne very, very much.
I like all the girls in Golden Deer, although Hilda's my least favorite.
That's fair.
I'm kind of iffy on Hilda. Sometimes I like her, and then other times she drives me nuts.
Yeah, Hilda is a hit and miss.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Budding?
I don't know if I feel like Lysithea and Marianne are probably about the same for me. I'm not sure if I like one more than the other, then Leonie, and then
I'd
Hilda.
agree.
Okay, well, bye, bro. Good talk.
Well, Hilda can be pretty funny. Believe it.
She can be, but she's also just like really
Just
lazy
not yet that I've
and
seen.
manipulative.
Fact. I just have a hard time with the laziness and convincing other people to do her shit. Real men squash them with their bare hands. JK, I run away. I mean, fair. Ego.
Oh, please don't squash a wasp with your bare hands. That is asking to be stung.
I've heard Dedue's passed on, just like His Highness.
Oh, he's dead too?
Oh.
Nah, he's probably gonna show up and be like, I gotta kill Edelgard, and then he'll go the wrong way again. And then we'll be like, bye,
Dedu
Dedu.
is dead? I like how that's a question.
I mean, we're all thinking it. Wait, when did this happen?
We can't know that for certain, I'll say. Because we can't.
That's true. I
Damn
did
it.
hear that his body
Oh,
was
he's
never
alive.
found.
He gonna come
Yeah, he's
back.
fine.
Somehow, he's still alive. I hope we'll meet again.
He's coming back.
Somehow, that means bullshit.
Yeah, he's gonna come back and try to...
Wait, the dude died?
That's what we're saying. Wait, when did this happen? Nah, he's fine. There's no body.
Nobody, don't believe it.
Right.
Edelgard, Dimitri, and our own Claude. All the house leaders from way back when, assembled again at Gronder. I wonder what their thoughts were as they headed out to the battlefield.
Well, Demetrius was probably like, oh shit. That's probably one of his thoughts.
F. Don't steal my line, husbando, from me now,
Can't
Gabe.
F.
F. No body, no crime. Dedu lives. It's canon.
You?
Hilda's a perp mean girl. Yeah. I think the only female character I don't care for in this game is Ingrid. It isn't that I hate her or anything. It's more that I don't feel anything for her. That might have to do with her English voice acting. She's charming in Japanese. Fair. I have no preference towards Ingrid one way or another, but I do really like her and Dorothea's.
Yeah, I wish that they had explored that further.
Yeah.
Their paralogue, you mean? Or their supports?
Yeah. Or supports. I thought, wait, which one's the one where with the ring? That was hysterical.
I think that was the paralogue.
Oh, okay,
that happened. But yeah, that would have been nice to explore. Ingrid's a little bit dull, I think. I mean, I don't dislike her, but she's probably my least favorite of the Blue Lions girls. Because she is not as interesting, at least for me.
Not fleshed out much.
I mean, she has a backstory and stuff. She's just sort of like, I don't know. She's just a little boring to me. But she's like, I don't dislike her. Aside from her issues with Dedue, I don't like that.
That's fair. I don't know those, so.
Yeah, there's
the ring with
so far, I think she's getting better. I'm hoping by their A support, she realizes that he's a person and like a good person. Because right now she's basically just, she kind of treats him badly because of where he's from. So
it's like Ashley all over again.
It's exactly that because it's exactly like that.
I now realize how precious life truly is. I'm ashamed of how arrogant I was to think that death could mean so little.
Aw, Marianne.
Also, I know the voice actor from Call of Cthulhu was the voice actor for Dr. Jonathan Rhea from
in Vampire.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, what do you want, Catherine?
I hardly recognize everyone. Their faces have changed so much. More experience in the eyes, and more pain. I'm glad that they're stronger. But I hate to think they've all become hardened killers. Look after them, okay? Try to keep them on the straight and narrow.
The best I can. Ma'am.
Don't tell me what to do, Catherine.
Does that horse have rabbit ears? Kind of. They're very long ears.
One of them stated that the Empire was involved with the tragedy of Dusker. If this is true, His Highness's motives seem clear. I can't help but feel that perhaps I should have been fighting by his side.
Why is that?
Because I too lost someone to that tragedy. The most important person in my world. Those of us still on this plane of existence will carry the torch. The inhumane actions of the
That is the most roundabout way of saying those of us who aren't dead.
Well,
those of us that are still on this plane of existence. Those of us who are still alive.
That.
You see, Professor.
She just doesn't want to think about it too hard.
To a keep is like asking a girl out on a date.
Yeah.
First you get past her defenses, then you make your move.
Sylvain,
oh my God.
I'm just not in the mood for your shit today.
Too bad you're bad at that. You're so bad at getting past defenses. It's a little shit. Not the best analogy. I'm just gonna call him out.
I know what I'm talking about.
You should, because we don't really care if he likes us or not.
I've never actually, captured any.
We already have all the support with him.
Is that his way of saying that he's a virgin?
I don't know why I'm offering you advice.
God damn it, Sylvain, this is for I don't know. Remember being excited to get to know Ingrid when I saw her first support with Ash. Then I saw her bond with Dedue, and any interest was immediately burned. Fair. I think Ingrid, she's kind of likable girl jock, unlike Catherine, but I can see why she's very. You mean dull? Dull at times?
I think Leonie is more of that role, like more of that likable jock, kind of,
Yeah. I agree with that.
I think, and as much as we give her such shit for her love of Geralt, but at the same time, it's not quite the same as Catherine and Cyril's just complete worship of Ret, you know what I mean? And it is interesting because clearly he had this big impact on her life and stuff. I wish they would explore it more because I think I think that would give Leonie's character even more, you know what I mean? If they really kind of went into her relationship with Geralt and like I said before, if we learned something about her own dad, like maybe he wasn't around or he wasn't in her life or something like that, you know, it would make more sense. But even like overall, I still find her more interesting than Ingrid personally. And again, like I said, Ingrid is not very nice to Dedue. He deserves better.
Professor, I have a question for you. Have you heard of the Death Knight?
Sure have.
Referring to that Imperial general who has been operating under that moniker.
I've heard of him.
Nothing is certain yet, but I get the feeling we'll have to face him soon enough.
Okay. Well, I've already fought him multiple times.
It'll be fine.
It's just really sad because Dedue is just kind of like, I'm used to it. You know what I mean? And that to me is so sad.
That shouldn't be.
Yeah, exactly. When he's just like, when someone's just like, well, I'm so used to being treated poorly that it's whatever. Like, that's really sad to me.
After that great battle earlier, the balance of power in Fodlan has shifted greatly. To get revenge for all our fallen friends, we'll have to stake our lives on the fight that lies before us.
All right. She, if a girl has defenses, she's probably not into you. Spoilers.
Seriously. Leave her alone.
Yep.
Not that hard.
No.
Wonder if making Geralt a playable character in the Ashen Wolves DLC would have made him a better character. 100%. He should have been, because that had to do with his wife. Like, it would have been so interesting to see how he responded to all of that. And considering that it's not really canon, at least it doesn't really affect your playthrough, because once you start, it's almost like that never happened. Like, the Ashen Wolves don't know who you are and stuff, so it's like a side thing. They could have done it if they wanted to, you know? Easily. I think that would have made it a lot more interesting. Hi, Raphael.
You know when you work your muscles and they start screaming?
Yeah.
You gotta be nice to them. If your muscles are hungry, you gotta
they love to scream.
Let them rest when they're tired.
They scream in existential
They scream in the night.
The second one, you can tell how your muscles are doing.
Hurt, then I hurt. If they're hungry, well then I'm hungry too. What's with the confused
Okay,
face,
Raphael.
Professor? You look like you don't get a word I'm saying.
She's like, oh god.
I mean,
what is happening? Somebody's
even
whining.
that lady's bored.
Even that lady's bored.
I mean, she sighs deeply.
I have excitement in my heart for secret tactics. I enjoy attacks that are surprising.
Me too.
Because it's like hunting?
Yes. Hunting is doing surprise attacks on prey. Surprise attacks are safe with friends. Fewer injuries.
Fair.
Alright. Oh, Flan is over here. Hi, Flan.
Standing face to face with those whom I went to school with. On the field of battle. How inhuman war is. How horrifying. My heart feels shattered. It is my hope that this war marks the end of such foolish behavior.
Aw.
Aw.
Poor Flan.
Baby. Still she could say the one who still breathes oxygen, her heartbeat still goes on. Good.
I've come to deliver vegetables we harvested in the village to the monastery's dining hall.
Okay.
Because of the season, I couldn't really pick that much. But I wanted to help you guys out, even just a little bit. We're busily planting seeds, so when things start to grow, I'll be back.
Okay. Thanks for the update on your vegetables. I'm growing my own vegetables. I don't need yours.
Keep throwing that shade.
I will.
As much depth there is in the story and many characters they fleshed out in the game, there is so many things they could have built on that are really interesting. Kind of frustrating because there are story beats. Story beats?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a thing.
What's story beats?
What
does that mean?
It's sort of like Jeez. It's sort of like pacing.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't really know how to describe it. Kind of like if you're doing an outline and there are different, like, beats to hit along the way.
Okay.
No.
Gotcha. I would like to see that fleshed out. Yeah, that's totally fair, Dalton. Leonia's girl jock too, but more of the one who is willing to be Professor. The best on what to do with her skills is having fun with it, while Ingrid feels more like the jock who doing it due to her family wanting her to do it. Catherine, of course, is show off. Cocky girl jock. I mean, fair.
Sort of like plot threads being worked throughout a story. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Thank you for helping me with my training again today, Professor. I'm gonna keep at it for a while longer, so you go on ahead.
You should get some rest.
I can't. Not when I'm right on the cusp of using my power to greater potential. Surely you yourself are tired. Just don't worry about me, okay?
She shook
I'm sorry,
Byleth.
Professor. It was careless of me to continue, despite how fatigued I clearly was. I probably should have listened to you. Now I've made a mess of things. I can't help but feel the need to rush in all things constantly. You get that way when you realize you haven't got much time.
Be friends with Hanneman. Wait, what do you mean?
Be friends with
I
Hanneman.
believe I've mentioned that House Ordelia was, at one time, being controlled by people from the Empire. During that time, strange people, mages perhaps, came and performed rituals on all the youth within my family. With the Empire monitoring our every move, my parents could do nothing but watch in horror as all of this unfolded. One after another, the children died, till the only one left was me. You know, my hair wasn't always this color. During their experiments, they'd been doing things with my blood.
So apparently not just you, because Edelgard.
Like this. A shock of white hair, all trace of pigment gone. Upon seeing me, the mages were delighted. They realized that their experiments had finally succeeded. Sure enough, they ran a test and saw that two crests coexisted within me. Losing pigment from my hair wasn't the only loss. The mages informed me that my lifespan was now greatly shortened. 5 more years at most. Perhaps less.
Is that the same as Edelgard, though?
Mm-hmm. Why do you think
So
she's
she's
moving
also
so fast?
Yeah, I guess that's why. How awful.
Because
just be friends with Hanneman.
Originally, I thought that, like, Lysithea was kind of the test run before they did it to Edelgard and her siblings. Which might still be the case, but I believe Edelgard's life is shortened too, because I think in the ending between Edelgard and Lysithea, they talk about it, because I think they both end up being able to live, because Edelgard is the other person that can stop Lysithea from having an early death. So it's Hanneman, Linhart, and Edelgard. Like the ending.
So Edelgard does know how to expand her lifespan, though.
I don't think she knows now. I think it's like an epilogue thing. Like afterwards they focus on it, I think.
Okay.
I'd have to look at it again. It's been a while since I saw that ending.
Okay. How awful.
I don't know what Lysithea's hair used to be, but Edelgard used to have brown hair.
Gotcha.
And you know that because there's a flashback in Blue Lions where Dimitri meets Edelgard when they're children, and her hair is brown.
Aww. Oh yeah, I think I did see that. I don't remember. I vaguely remember that. But maybe that I happened to see.
The mages lost interest in me.
You do that?
I never saw them in the Ordelia house.
Maybe, yeah.
Since all that, our family has been in decline. It's challenging now even to govern our territory. After all my mother and father have suffered, I at least want them to have peace as they grow older. That is all I wish for, but I haven't much time to ensure it comes to pass.
It's too soon to give up.
We got this.
It's not like what's been done to me can be undone.
Let's try to find a way to undo it.
Professor, the only way I can conceive of would be to remove my crest somehow. But I don't know if that's even remotely possible. Even if it were, I wouldn't be of much use to you and the others without my crest.
We will find a way.
You sound resolved.
It's okay, Dalton.
I'll allow your resolve to bolster my own. Thank you, Professor.
God damn it, Dalton. Yo, someone wants to be friends. Chris? Oh my god.
Her eyes are pink, so it kind of makes me wonder if her hair was pink too.
Kind of like Hilda.
Mm-hmm. If that were the case, it would have been kind of cute if they had had a moment where, I don't know, where she like admires Hilda's hair or something.
That would be cute.
But as far as I know, there's no reference to what her hair color actually was. And I'm pretty sure I've seen all of Lysithia's supports, so unless I missed it, I don't think we ever know what her hair color used to be.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And gives her a dagger. Ooh, tuna sandwich.
Yeah, Dimitri gives Edelgard a dagger when they're kids.
Aww.
That's how he finds out that she's the Flame Emperor, because she drops it later.
F.
Mm-hmm. We should see what supports we have. Oh, F. Lorenz and Leone. Hold on. I gotta look up my little thingy.
Little thingy.
Dooms, thank you for the 500 bits. Hello, Dooms.
Yes. Evie.
Thank you so much.
What would pair well with pink eyes? Maybe light red, maybe.
Lysithea and Edelgard's ending doesn't make much sense to me. I'm glad they were saved, but Lysithea and Edelgard aren't really Crest scholars or shown to be involved with Crest research. Yeah, but Edelgard has a lot of resources. If you're doing Crimson Flower, like, she's the Emperor, so I imagine that she could have put money, energy, time, like, she could have... If anybody could have done it, it could, you know, it's her. She could have gotten... people to yeah,
them.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Dooms, thank you for the 666 bits. I appreciate it.
There's some gifting that happened, maybe.
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe
Thank
a
you
little
so
bit.
much. Also, Lysithea is really intelligent, and it's possible that maybe she would have been able to research a bit herself too, or maybe she already was. Because she does, one of the things she likes is the book on Crestology. So it's possible that she already was a little bit. Maybe not to the extent of Linhart and Hanneman, but it's still a possibility. But more than likely, Edelgard probably just put resources towards... Yeah, put resources towards finding a cure. Alright, let me look at my support list here. You doing subs for every 10 by any chance? I am, but you know, I haven't seen anybody to snipe, and I need to snipe 3.
The Skittles are not of this earth.
Doom. The Skittles are not of this earth. Doom, thank you for those 334 bits.
All done biddies.
It's just that she would need someone with the resources to have her research come to fruition. I mean, that could be too, yeah, Joker.
Yeah. Kita, there's one.
Here
Oh
is a
my-
present for you.
Oh, damn it.
Well, F. No, you're still good.
Yeah, but now I owe 3 more. How dare.
Get him.
Get him! What a way to come into somebody's chat.
Somebody
Everybody screams, get them, as soon as they come in.
I mean...
My word. Dooms, thank you for gifting 3 subs to Sahandriel, Creo, Pathic, and Norvask. Thank you so much. And the Chaos Piper, have a sub. Welcome. Have a sub. Have a sub. I still owe 3 more. How do we... 41 subs? What's wrong with you? Jesus! We're not even at birthday subathon.
Seriously.
Which is, you know, a thing. LMAO, thank you. You're welcome. Dragon, get them. What a welcoming chat we have here. Someone comes in. Hi, I'm new. Get him. Jeez.
So good.
Oh.
So freaking good. Oh shit, it's
So
B-Day month
freaking
for
good.
you? I keep forgetting it's fucking July. Seriously, though.
Mm-hmm. I just came
I
here
haven't
to...
even looked for presents for both her or my mom.
I thought you already sent me presents. Or were those Christmas presents? And they were just...
It was a Christmas
Yeah, wasn't
present
it a
with one
combination?
birthday present.
Okay. That counts.
I guess.
I guess. I'm sorry, what was that? Ma'am?
Pouting.
What was that? Was that words? I don't think that was
Work on-
words.
Words. They do not become me. Violently
I
throw
guess
panties
not.
at new people. Exactly. Happy early birthday, Kita. It's for a couple weeks?
Yes, the 18th.
Yes.
So not quite yet, but soon.
Dude.
Soon.
I got the pitchforks and torches. Touches? You got the touches.
That sounds like a disease.
Whoa. Oh my god. I remember Kita's birthday's around Comic-Con, which of course isn't happening, but it should be in like 2 weeks, yeah. Hello, new kid, you're not part of the club. I just came into someone to thank someone for a sub who seems to have left, but it seems like I'm not the only one. Everyone's being super fucking sweet today.
They are.
Dun, dun, dun,
Just
dun.
cuz.
Just cuz. You don't need any other reason. You need literally no other reason.
Just cuz.
This looks delicious.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da.
Thanks for that.
You're welcome. You're
That
welcome.
was lovely. Thank you for that beautiful rendition.
You can buy my new album.
Maybe Bernie
Of
and
Fire Emblem
Felix.
song covers
Bernie.
of just bot ups.
What about Tulip? Is
Indeed.
Tulip in there?
Bop bop.
Bop bop.
Yes. Bop bop. Bop bop. Nice dudes, you're welcome. On SoundCloud. Exactly. In Kita's chat, we don't need a reason to snipe people. We like to jump on people randomly. I mean,
Yes.
jump at, not on, but you know.
Nice
This is
dudes.
This is my favorite. I am rather
All the
happy
dudes.
you went out of your...
I keep booping.
Bernie.
It's quiet, luckily. But Trek 69. Bop on Cat's album. I mean,
Bop.
Kita threatened to unfollow me to ruin my 69 on Twitter. I was very upset.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry the way you said it. How dare you, Kita? How dare you even think about it? So
Cry
mean.
about it.
This is my
Ooh, girl, no you didn't. Everyone loves Bernie, it's true.
I had someone come in and say they hated Bernie, and I was like, how dare?
I was surprised. Because I don't know how you could.
I don't either.
We could glomp with social distancing, I mean.
I'm sorry,
Social
what?
distance glomp.
What was that sentence?
Dalton said we would glomp, but social distancing. And I said exactly.
What does that mean?
Glomping's like a running jump hug.
Oh, it sounded very inappropriate. I was confused.
Oh, no. I mean, I wonder if there's a better description, but that's always what I've called it since middle school. I think it's like more of a weeb trash term.
Ah.
But glomp, verb. Slang, to embrace enthusiastically, to pounce on and hug, often from a running start. Yep.
I see.
Urban Dictionary, though. Urban Dictionary says it's often predatory and lies somewhere in the gray area between a caring embrace and a flying leap to tackle someone.
Saw a thing. Don't ruin it, please. Dooms has made the goal 69.
Nice! Nice! Hold on. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for taking the time.
You're welcome.
So, what'll it be, Dooms? Oh my gosh, that Voltorb, though. That is a great... or Electrode. That's a great emote.
Electrode?
Yeah. Voltorb is the other way. What?
Oh, okay.
Bulba all the way. Oh, Bulbasaur is getting some love.
Bulba! Be a cutie.
Now Squirtle's in last place.
Aw, Squirtle. Squirtle.
Wow, that was beautiful. Squirt.
Cat.
Squirt.
Squirtle,
That, you know,
remember?
that classic catchphrase of Squirtles? Squirt.
Squirt.
Just like that.
I personally am indifferent to Bernie. Sometimes I like
How
her,
dare
but other
you?
times don't.
Get out of my
Aw,
chat, whoever
okay,
you are.
10 out of 10 voice acting cat. Squirtle. He's adorable.
Beautiful.
Ignore the squirt. I know the common complaint against Bernie is that she's an abuse victim that isn't portrayed respectfully. They always point to how her supports are more about her paranoia being played for laughs. That's fair. But I feel like that doesn't necessarily... That's not why I wouldn't like Bernie. It's the writing.
I also didn't really think that that was why she was necessarily anxious.
I figured it plays a part in it, PTSD-wise.
Maybe, yeah, but not the only.
That's a pump. I mean, it isn't wrong. Found out Bernie was voiced by someone from Kill la Kill and Little Witch Academia. Who in Little Witch Academia?
All right. So Bulbasaur is now in second place. So we'll see. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Cat.
Who would get the starters if the Kanto arc was rewritten? I see Ash keeping Charmander, maybe Bulbasaur for Brock. I mean, Squirtle has to go with Misty. Water types. Akko? Really? Ugh. I have a hard time with Akko. I love Little Witch Academia. I have specifically a really hard time with Akko. She just never learns, and I have a hard time with no learning. Squirtle is in last. Injustice. Nice Rhea, Cat. You're welcome. Charizard, Ash needs to keep Charmander. Yeah. Charizard needs to keep being like, you don't have enough badges to control me. Akko is just irresponsible in every other negative connotation. Yeah.
I like seeing a table full of my favorite dishes.
Akko's a dum-dum. Yeah. I love Little Witch a lot, but I just have the hardest time watching it because Akko's the main character. Like, if she grew and learned and started being a better person and stuff and had a lot of character growth, but it's seriously like the previous episode didn't happen, and it just drives me nuts. She's always like, YOLO, doesn't matter who I hurt, and she doesn't care if anyone like, she cares after at the end of the episode and learns, but then the next episode she goes and YOLOs again. She jumps into things so much, and I'm like, girl, chill. That Stardust. But like, again, like, I really like Susie and oh my god, the girl with the glasses. I can't remember her name. I really like a lot of the characters otherwise, and the art's amazing, and I love the cartoon otherwise. But is she another Mabel? Mabel? I'm trying to think of what that's from. Tis a video game, a really depressing game. Which one? Oh, Danganronpa. Yeah. From Gravity Falls. She's a different energy than Mabel from Gravity Falls. I've only seen a couple episodes of Gravity Falls. They're not very similar.
Yes.
Susie needs to be the main character. I love Susie. Honestly, I'd be fine with the girl with the glasses as Lotte. Right. I'd be fine with Lotte being the main character, to be completely honest, and Akko and Susie being her supports. I feel like that would work really well. Lotte's very much like Bernie, but a little more outgoing than Bernie. Like, she doesn't have the same introverted issues of not wanting to leave the room, but does have that same introverted personality. Sounds like someone during Sexy Brutale. What? Oh, me YOLOing?
Wildcat.
I learn, just not in video games where it's not dependent on everyone else. It only affects me and my issues. Like, it only like is a negative consequence to me. Whereas Akko literally will like hurt others repeatedly and not give a like, she cares, but then the next episode it's like it didn't happen. But I mean, good point. And rude.
I don't know, like, going back to Bernie, I think in the beginning it seems like, oh, this is just like a weird personality quirk, but then once she gets serious with you, I think then it's like, oh, this is, you know, this is something to be taken seriously. And then as her supports go on, she gets better with it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like she opens
up.
Right, she opens up and she becomes she kind of grows a lot and gets better.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What is happening? Soulless Monkey,
Victory
what the
is mine.
Thank you for the 5,000 bits. That's so many bits. Victory is mine. So I take it you beat the boss?
Nice.
GG.
GG.
Thank you so much.
So
Have a
many
Craya.
sweet beans. Have a Craya.
Have a Craya. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but
Little Witch has a beautiful soundtrack. I have to watch it again sometime. I love Little Witch. Like, I'll still watch it even though I want to shake Akko.
Oh. Those Morganas. That's what she sounds like. She's just like, oh.
Myself?
So good.
It is. It's great. I don't know. If we did a Morgana emote, she'd have to have an afro. Like, there is no other way.
What?
What is happening now? Jesus!
Oh. Jesus! All the things!
Lacius? Solus Monkey? All of you, you're all in trouble. Even if you had nothing to do with this. You're all in trouble. Get out.
Lacius joined the party.
My
Yes.
word. 169 nice.
Yes.
Not
Nice.
Jesus, Lacius. I'm glad you made that distinction. Lacius, thank you for the $100 tip. Which dads are we voting for this month?
Oh my god.
That's just the rest of the dueling jars. Which dad's better? Till the end of
I mean,
time.
Till the end of time.
Word.
On brand.
So this month we're doing Gen 1 starters. Maybe because of a reason, maybe not. I don't know.
Who knows?
Y'all need to chill before we have another donation war. Cat does not need to see that. Cat's not ready for that
I mean,
bloodshed.
I'm okay with this.
I'm okay with this. Hi everyone, just lurking. Have had a killer sinus migraine for the past 4 hours. Oh no! So I'm sheltering in a dark room with blackout curtains. That's
Take
the
care of
best thing.
yourself.
That is definitely
Yeah.
the best thing to do. Umbreons, I'm sorry if I'm yelling in your ears. Then feel free to turn down the volume. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I've made up worse. Hit me.
I don't know
I'm
if
sure
ice
everyone-
helps you, but ice often helps me with migraines. So
Bulbasaur looks the cutest. Aw.
Bulba.
Bulba. Thor. I don't know, I can't do Bulbasaur as well.
He kind of yells in Hey You Pikachu.
Bulba! Bulbasaur's a cutie. Everyone
Bulbasaur
from
is a
Bulbasaur
cutie.
needs a victory.
All
But
right.
Charmander!
Lacius and Dooms can hang out with Bulbasaur. If Photoshop wants to save.
Nope. No saving for you.
I guess not.
My volume's basically at mute. That's smart. I hope it goes down.
That is
soon, or
smart.
goes
I'm
away soon.
sorry.
Ended up loving all 3 starters, to be honest. Yeah, all 3 are very cute.
Oh, they're all great. They are all great.
I mean, Grookey shocked the world last year.
It's true. True. At the very end, Grookey ended up winning for Sword and Shield.
Oh, for voting?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so Squirtle is in 3rd place.
Well.
By a little bit.
Well.
Thank you, Lacius.
Staryu in the anime just as James Brown. Hey. Oh. It's like, ha! It doesn't even say its name, which is a very interesting choice.
Yeah, that's what it does in Pokemon Snap, too.
Huh. Rigged. Injustice.
Rigged.
Still remember the episode where Ash won Charizard's loyalty? That was a good episode.
Aw.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Lysithia. Almost there.
Got this, girl.
All right, Bernie.
I
Nice.
never have learned this back in my room.
Protect Bulb Boy. Bulba Boy. Oh.
Thanks. That's reassuring. I got it right.
We need to rename Staryuta. Ha! I mean, I remember the Attack of the Bee Drills. Jesus Christ. Murder Hornets.
Attack of the Bee Drill. They
I'll
just want to
mostly
say
be happy as
hello.
long as Charmander doesn't win. Oh, I love
Rude.
Charmander! Charmander's my favorite. Mostly because Charizard's my favorite, but still.
I love Charmander.
Loves him. He's a cutie. Such a cutie. Actually, would this be a good point for me to go and fill up on water?
Yeah, you can do that while I'm just teaching. See, this is why. My God. Soulless monkey.
Soulless! Leisha's and Soulless? What are you guys
Are we doing this, dude? Soulless monkey, thank you for the $150 tip. What the f— Well, we hit July rent.
Woohoo!
My word.
Hell
Soulless
yeah!
monkey, thank you for the $150 tip. Soulless monkey says Squirtle is my boy.
Oh my God, yes.
Squirtle
It's
getting
not
some
even
love.
Kita's birthday yet, right?
I know.
Kita's early birthday is today.
I mean, Kita just bought a very expensive laptop, so rent is done.
Oh my God. Yay, rent.
So Kita will take it.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you guys so much.
Sweet beans.
I'm overwhelmed. Also, I love how you made Squirtle 151. That reference, though.
Oh my God.
Perfect.
Well played. Oh snap, it's going down. Okay, now I'm gonna go to the bathroom and get water.
All right. Enjoy your bathroom.
You're welcome. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Oh, anyway, bye.
Okay.
I'm a scat man.
This ain't gonna end well. Oh my God, Dooms. Thank you for the $50. Dooms says gotta try Bulba. Aww. My word. We started with a nice lead, and for Charmander. And, you know, I don't even know how this is gonna go. All right, Soulless Monkey and Dragon hanging out in the Squirtle jar. Lacius and Dooms are Team Bulba. And Ellie and Findar are Team Charmander. So this is so far quite a match. You guys. Crazy. Will this be a three-way civil or a Bulbasaur versus Squirtle civil war? God. I have no strong opinions on any of these Pokemon, though Charmander's head shape is less cute. That's what Lacius is going on. Well, you see, the head shape of that one is less cute, thus I am not going to choose that one. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, dudes. Thank you, everybody. You're all crazy, but thank you. It's odd. Aw, poor Charmander. Well, I'm not saying this is going to have anything to do with anything later on in the month.
Did anything happen while I was gone?
Yeah, Dooms tipped $50 for Bulbasaur, so Bulbasaur is now winning by a little bit.
F.
F. Tim, the hell is happening? Will we get a horrifying donation goal to equal Tulip? I'm working on incentives for birthday stream. Some of them, a lot of them are going to be very challenging for me.
Oh my god, Kita.
What?
A Tulip remix.
I mean,
oh my god.
If chat wants a Tulip remix, bop bop. The Buck Bumble one came out so well. There are so many songs in Tulip too that would lend themselves to a good remix.
It'd be so good. Oh my god. No, now I've been listening to Fire Emblem too much, so like I keep thinking, which is not.
That's
the
Rhea.
same thing.
It's not the same thing.
Bop, bop, bop. 369. I bet you Finder's gonna wake up and be like, "Why the fuck is Charmander in class?"
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Oh my god. Oh dear, the potential. Charizard was my starter too, Dooms. Bulba has my favorite battle strat, but I always felt like Squirtle was the best in battle. Fair.
I played all of them, and same with the Gen 2 starters. I love all of them, but I tend to go more towards the fire starters, personally. Yeah. But I do love them all.
I love Charizard as a final Evo.
Oh, Charizard is
badass
iconic.
Dragon Boy.
Could be useful.
Badass. We need to hear Kat sing more. No, you don't. I'm not even trying.
You're doing great. You're doing better than Rhea in the walls.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I like the water starters. Fair. Guess whose modem just kicked the bucket?
Oh
no, Wolf Prince. You
I'm
poor
sorry.
thing. You poor thing. I know that pain. I lean more towards water types now unintentionally. I loved Greninja and I love the Pokemon with a gun. Sobble, Final Evo. Inteleon.
The Pokemon with the gun. Guys, do you remember from the anime, the Pokemon with the gun? Shit got real.
Seriously though, it has a sniper gun.
I know, he does. He does. It was just funny that was how you chose to describe him. Hey, you know the Pokemon with the gun? Remember that Pokemon?
Yeah.
Remember him? Oh, you mean Pikachu? Yeah.
I love Sobble whole Evo line. I love them all. And I love Greninja a lot. Even though I hated Froakie, I love Greninja.
I am moving more towards water types ever since fire types have been colossal disappointments. So
since Litten, for some reason, decided to get up on its hind legs.
Well, even before Litten was Fennekin, I loved Fennekin, and then I hated the final evolution of Fennekin, and after that I was like, nope. So then in Sun and Moon, I ended up going with Poplio. Originally wanted to go with Litten, but didn't like it.
I didn't like the final Evo of Fennekin until I found out it's supposed to be a witch, and then I liked it a little bit more, but still didn't care for it.
I got feathers on my titties.
Stargazing, thank you for the 200 bits. Ooh, just realized. New bit badge for me. Ooh, Stargazing.
Ooh.
Thank you so much. Those biddies.
It's the third version of Sword and Shield. It's a gun with Gangsta Chew.
But anyway, I ended up loving Poplio. And I love my Hubert. So
legit. I just used to not like final Evos of water Pokemon. Like I love Mudkip, I don't like its final Evo.
I don't either. Empoleon is pretty good though.
I'd have to see it again.
That's Piplups. He's a penguin.
I don't remember.
He's pretty cool. He's from Gen 4.
I like remember Piplup. I don't remember its like Evos.
Yeah, Piplup's Evos are pretty good.
Cat is Lotta Rhea. Eco, get out.
Oh my god. I don't even know what that would sound like. Poplio is the seal. Yeah, and kind of looks like a mermaid in the final Evo.
Oh, it does look like. Oh, I ended up liking that more than I thought I was going to because I didn't care for Piplup, but I liked the mermaid.
Oh no, that's Poplio. Piplup is the penguin.
Oh. So I don't know what. Oh, I think I know what Empoleon looks like.
He's a penguin.
Emperor penguin.
Yeah.
Sobble, my sad boy. I love Sobble.
All right. As I'm
Sobble's
fighting
me.
more, my arrows are decreasing in quality. No, it's fine. They are not flying as far and have less accuracy. What can I be doing differently?
Could shoot several arrows at once. New bowstring could help hide so you have more time to aim. New bowstring?
You have great wisdom.
You loved it.
Okay, good.
All the archers. Well, Cyril didn't. Well, no one asked you, Cyril. No, Ferd, go away.
Well, F.
Still pissed folks didn't want to give Poplio a chance because it's a clown child. I mean, Poplio is kind of derpy, kind of has like a little derpy face, but I still love him. Like it's cute. It's cute derp.
Yeah, fair.
People got very upset that I called my Poplio a derp in that playthrough, and I was like, guys, I love him.
I'm not making fun of him. I still love him.
No, I love him. He's just, you know, he's a little derpy.
He's my derpy child.
I still love him. And then freaking, oh gosh, I can't even think of the Primarina is gorgeous. The final evolution, so good.
Oh, is that the mermaid?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I ended up liking it when I was like, oh, it's a mermaid.
Yeah, that's a great final evolution. Annette tea time, let's see.
It looks so cute. I'll rip open your chest and take your heart out myself, y'all. God damn it, Ika. Y'all?
Good lord. That escalated.
Also tea time with Annette? I'm gonna get this so wrong. I know nothing about Annette.
Okay, so she likes sweet apple.
My friend loved
almond,
Totera.
And rose
Grass
petal.
or water.
Do I have
I tend to like fire types a lot, but it just depends. My favorite tend to be electric, to be honest. Most electric.
There's some great electric types.
Yours as well?
But then there are some scary ones like Electabuzz.
Electabuzz.
Yeah.
The scary one. Why is Electabuzz scary?
He's a plug. His head just literally.
Oh, you mean Elekid? You mean the pre-evolution?
My bad. Yeah.
I'm like, no,
but also Electabuzz is scary too. He a big boy that's gonna punch your face off. He's got scary eyebrows.
He's got scary eyebrows.
I like the cute. I tend to like cute Pokemon or really badass looking Pokemon. The in-betweens just don't tend to do it for me. If you think that's scary, watch out for what?
Xurkitree.
Xurkitree?
It's a weird what is
that's
it? An Ultra Beast?
I'm fucking looking this up.
I think I named mine Surge Protector.
I hate
if that gives you an idea of what it looks like.
Oh my god. I hate what the fuck is this? What the actual fuck is this Pokemon? It's a Pokemon? Just looks like wires.
It's an Ultra Beast. I'm pretty sure.
Wires that are held together by zip ties.
Yeah,
someone just decided to take all their excess wires that they had too much of and decided to try and make a Pokemon. That's what happened.
I mean, it wasn't as weird as what's her name trying to fuse with the octopus. That was a little uncomfortable.
A little weird.
A little bit.
Ultra Beasts are weird.
They are very weird. I mean,
oh okay.
Then there's Buzzswole.
I love Clobbopus. Clobbopus is my child.
Look up Buzzswole. Look him up. Look him up. Look him up. Look him up.
Buzzwole. What? He looks like a superhero from a show that's not a superhero, but I can't think of the name.
The Tick?
No. Maybe.
I named mine Planet Fitness.
What the fuck is that? I don't. Maybe the red tick. I don't know. It's been a long time. It's something I'm pulling out of my old memories.
I think you're thinking of the Tick.
It might be. Because when I think the Tick, I think of blue, and I'm like, no, this guy was red, but maybe there was a red one. I don't remember.
Are you thinking of the Crimson Chin?
Yes, the Crimson Chin. He looks like the Crimson Chin.
Who I think also looks like the Tick, though.
I mean, that's fair, but I was like, I don't think it was the Tick because he's blue. Yeah, I was thinking the Crimson Chin.
Oh my god.
And
wasn't his nemesis called the Nego Chin?
I don't remember, but I wouldn't be surprised at all.
I think it was. Oh, jeez. All right, are you ready for tea time?
I'm ready for tea time.
Thank you. It's so good.
I got your reference. How dare you, Kiwi? All right, go. Fashion? Oh, okay.
Fashion.
I know nothing about her.
Just Googled Crimson Chin. The Tick has a copyright claim. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a reference to the Tick.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I just knew it as red versus blue. Classes you might enjoy. You seem different. Monastery books. Classes you might enjoy? Fuck.
Try again.
You seem different? Okay.
Conversation got lively. To be fair, I feel like classes you might enjoy should have been something that she would have liked because she is very studious.
That's what I thought.
So that's weird
you know?
that she doesn't like that.
Cats? I don't know if she likes cats.
F.
I do. Oh, how dare you!
I love your logic. I don't know if she likes cats, but I do. What are
I don't know anything about. Oh fuck! I wasn't paying attention. I broke a plate the other day. I wish I could be as calm as you. Commend. I don't know.
F.
Well, F.
Happy birthday, Annette. We failed you.
I feel like laughing, disagreeing, or commending didn't work for that.
For the treat. It was so yummy.
I feel like you should have consoled or something.
There's a lot of times the last question doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, wait, why is it that one?
Yeah. Bitten on the chin by a radioactive actor.
I'm not sure about this.
Oh
no. This is impossible.
At least Annie had fun. I mean, at least she had some tea.
Hey.
This'll come in handy.
B+.
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 Did it.
Oh, I don't think I've ever had Manuela do chores. We could try to do that and see what her dialogue is.
I have much expertise.
Manuela doing fucking chores.
Well, they're not all chores necessarily, but like I could
Well, like
switch that
something.
around. Yeah. Yeah, we don't have any paralogs left. So
YOLO.
I guess we should probably do supports. Actually. Supports. All right, Lorenz and Leone, which is good because I needed that one. Lorenz and Leone A+, so I can mark that off. Aha.
Funny as the tick was meant to be a spoof off of superheroes. I mean,
It's only a scratch, Leone. I'm all right.
'Tis but a scratch.
One mistake like that in battle and you're done. This is your weapon hand, isn't it? Let me stop the blood.
Let me drink the blood.
Apologies
What?
for the trouble.
No trouble. And no apologies. Thanks is what you say when a friend helps you out.
Leone teaching Lorenz manners.
I mean, he needs
What's
it.
wrong?
I need a bandage to stop the bleeding, but this is all I've got.
My
Is she gonna rip her shirt off?
I was only carrying it around to give back to you anyway.
Mind if I use it for this?
Very well. I suppose that's fitting in a way.
I guess so. Not that I'm happy you're bleeding. I'm glad you'll accept it, though. In the past, you might have refused it.
Yes. I might have made it an issue of commoners giving aid to the nobility or some such.
I didn't understand why you were so strict about it, but I think I kind of get it now. You know, if every noble were like you, the world would be a better place.
Perhaps, but you were right. Many great deeds are accomplished by friends working together, especially when those friends are as capable as you.
Me?
I hope this is not the first time I have told you this, Leonie, but you are an exceptional individual. By insisting on matters of status in dealing with you, I have done you a terrible disservice. For that, please accept my apology. Let us promise to look out for one another as friends from now on.
No need for vows. That's how I've always seen it. You weren't wrong about nobles and commoners each having their own roles. But the important thing is we help each other.
That is precisely what being friends with you has helped me to understand. In fact, I've begun somewhat to think of you as rather something more.
Oh.
Sorry, what did you say?
I said, I hope we'll always give each other support.
I'm sorry, is your name Gerald? No, I don't think it is.
Fucking burned. Fucking burned. She didn't give a fuck.
He did not.
Just some light vampirism. It's fine.
How I live my life.
Good to know. There are so many differences between bows and blades.
Yes, you're a quick learner, Leonie, and quite a good teacher as well.
Bows before hoes?
Must be Captain Gerald's influence. The weather, the terrain, the enemy's feelings. You have to find ways to make it all work for you.
I agree. A warrior can't stick too closely to predefined tactics. That's quite shrewd. You're impressive for a girl.
Felix.
Basically how I feel whenever Lorenz speaks.
Looking down on your opponent is a great way to fall into a pit trap, isn't it?
I suppose that's true.
Felix, a lot of these girls are mages that could knock you on your ass.
I still have much to learn. Not only about swordplay, but also about thinking on my feet.
Also,
I
just
hope to
being a
learn more
nice
from
person. You need to.
I mean,
your social skills could use some work, Felix.
Guess that means we're partners,
Fact.
doesn't it?
We're what?
Partners. Friends who help each other improve.
We're married. Didn't I tell you?
We're married.
That's not bad.
Not at all. Looking forward to working with you, partner.
Likewise, partner.
All right, that was weird.
I liked it. I liked her support better with Lorenz, honestly.
That's fair. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Than that one.
Hello again, Sedit. Oh, full basket. Big catch?
Indeed. Thanks to you, I now know.
Where are you looking, Leonie?
Even so.
That is a full
that's quite
basket.
the haul.
I have developed a few tricks of my own as well. In my enthusiasm, I may have gotten a little greedy.
Oh, yeah?
Once I started to catch fish, I began
Yeah?
to pay very
Pause.
close attention to the number I had caught. I hear it is not uncommon for one to become a little preoccupied with that sort of thing. And when I recalled the prospect of having what I caught cooked for me, the challenge was too tempting to ignore. But alas, it seems I have gotten a little more preoccupied than is appropriate for my age.
Well, that's only
Triple
natural.
basket is
Seeing
your
what you've already got just makes you curious.
Oh
how far
my
you can take it.
god.
It has made
I'm glad
fishing
chat got it.
an experience for me. And for that, I must thank you.
Don't mention it. Actually, I should thank you too.
Oh?
Oh.
Yeah. Used to be, I only ever fished for food. Lately, though, I've been coming here just to relax. I do still eat the fish, of course, but I appreciate fishing in a whole new way now.
Seems we have both made worthwhile discoveries. So which is it today? Hunger or relaxation?
I'd only planned to take it easy, but seeing all you've caught has definitely made me hungry.
I had planned to bring all
Getting
of them to
flame
you
her
regardless.
fish.
Take as many as you please.
Hey, thanks. In that case, why don't we eat together? You can leave all the cooking to me.
What's the matter? Was that a cat purring I heard? Does everyone hear that? Hear what?
Huh? It was an
What?
uncomfy noise.
What happened? Is it OBS? Because I know OBS was like freaking out earlier.
I didn't hear anything, but that's probably Discord not
I hear
picking up
something
stuff.
like purring? Do you still hear it? That shouldn't be happening.
There was a hum.
Sounded like
that
a
sounded
motorcycle? There was no motorcycle. It stopped, but it sounded like vibrating next to the mic.
Huh.
That's weird.
Weird electronic noise. Not like before, because I didn't hear anything, but again, Discord probably cuts out.
Well, my phone wasn't near it, so it shouldn't have... It's a bit more robotic.
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, you would have heard it if my phone was near the audio interface.
Huh.
Hold on, let me...
Yeah, because I didn't hear it, and normally I hear the electrical hum, so I don't think it's the same.
Let me unplug my external hard drive. Okay. Wasn't the normal phone noise? Maybe a phone on vibrate on a table? Well, my phone didn't go off, though. Unless it was the controller?
Maybe.
I don't know. Well, either way, sorry. I don't know what that was. Just let me know if it happens again. It stopped, only lasted for a few seconds? Weird. Alright.
That is weird.
But Kat didn't hear it, so it had to have been...
But also, if Discord sometimes
guess.
doesn't pick stuff up, so...
Yeah, I guess.
It wasn't... I feel like if it was the normal noise, I would have heard it, because I do.
Well, they said it wasn't like that.
Yeah. So... I don't know.
Bernadetta, if you have a moment, I would like to discuss what happened before.
My nemesis! The hour of fate arrives. Help!
I am not here to hurt you. You need not even open the door. Just listen to me.
I don't have to open the door? Is this a truce? Okay. I like truces.
Thank you. I would like to apologize for sticking my nose into your business the way I did.
Well.
I thought you might be unhappy all cooped up in there, and that maybe I could help. But I've had time to reflect on what you said, and I realize I was mistaken.
Oh, thanks for caring, but I'm fine, actually.
I see that. I suppose that is what I'm trying to say. I should not have pushed you to do something that you did not wish to do. And for me to frighten you like that? That was unbecoming conduct for a noble.
Maybe a little bit.
Frankly, I am embarrassed by my behavior. I disgraced myself. As for my injury, you need not feel guilty or afraid. The sprain was a result of my own thoughtlessness, not anything you did. I have always strived to be a good person, but I suppose all that striving was for nothing. I have failed in my duty as a noble.
Ferdinand?
Yes, Bernadetta?
I don't really know much about this sort of thing, but you shouldn't say things like that about yourself. It wasn't all your fault, you know. I'm to blame too. I hurt you, and I'm sorry.
Really, it is fine. It healed quickly.
And it wasn't for nothing either.
I am not so sure.
I do like my time alone. Actually, it's more of a need. But you're right. I also need to venture out every once in a while. Maybe if I work as hard as you do, I can try it a little more.
Yes, keep working at it. You are already much more outgoing than you used to be.
When I mess up, or even when it's just a bad day, it's hard for me to step outside. I'm too scared. But the next day, I try again. Because I know that one mistake doesn't ruin everything. So you're still... I mean, just because you... That doesn't mean... I don't know how to put it, but that's how it is. So, the end.
What a graceful end to the conversation.
Hey! Come on, that was serious!
At least I got you to laugh.
Cute. The Coco.
Cute.
Yeah, if someone can clip it just for the record for Kita, but otherwise, as long as it's not done it again, that's good.
Come on, sell it to me.
I'm screaming in your face.
Huh?
Sell it to me.
What's going on here? Hey, stop that. Can't you see he's not interested?
We're just talking business here. Now move it along.
Oh,
Damn.
I just thought it looked a little... Actually, now I'm curious. What kind of business are you conducting?
Illegal
I've been
business?
told I have a keen eye for appraisal.
Just trying to buy a sword. I told him to name his price, but he won't give it up.
Any price? You must be able to afford anything your heart desires. But did you consider that he might have a good reason not to sell it? Maybe it's a family heirloom, or simply his favorite sword.
No one asked for your appraisal. Now move it! Or are you looking for trouble?
Could kick your
That
ass.
is quite enough.
You could vaporize him.
Hey.
You would dare threaten a woman? I will not permit such ungentlemanly conduct.
Oh, hello, Ferdinand. Do you have an opinion on all this?
Behind me, milady. I will protect you.
Oh my god. She can protect herself.
Who are you? You looking for trouble too?
Keep your distance, gutless knave. I just cleaned my sword, and if I maim you, I will have to clean it again. Neither of us wants that.
Damn, Ferd.
So I
Oh my
suggest
God.
you leave at once.
Ah, forget it. You're not worth my time.
Ah, thank you so much. You saved me there.
Well, that is taken care of. Are you hurt, Mercedes?
Hurt? No, I'm fine. We were only talking.
Ah, I am glad. I do not abide uncouth behavior. Stopping it is my
He's acting.
duty as a noble.
I know.
Mercy wants the drugs. Get him, son.
Oh,
Mercy is best
Ferd.
mom.
He really likes to play the whole, you know, knight role.
In shining armor, yeah.
Yeah. And I love how she's like, no, I'm fine. Whatever.
Fine.
You
We
didn't
were
really
just
need to do
talking."
that.
I'll go on record and admit that I was prepared to hate Ferd. His B supports with Bernie not only won me over, but it made him my son. I mean, fair.
Mm-hmm. Hold on a
Yeah, I
second.
will say Ferd's probably the most respectful, nicest person.
Excuse me,
Oh.
had to murder a spider. Alright, it's dead.
Excuse me, had to murder a spider. Oh my god.
I hit it twice to make sure it was very dead. Now I will have to clean my notebook, but you know, sacrifices were made this day.
Great.
Okay.
Sorry, had to murder a spider. It's just like so calm.
Well-deserved death it was.
So good.
Jesus, I thought the wall was coming down. I mean, it's very dead if you want to see it.
I find I find spiders all the time in my garage. I mean, like, if I ever find a
I'll
spider, I
remove
put
the
them in a cup
corpse.
and
Well,
take 'em
it's on my
outside.
notebook, so I can just give you the notebook if you really want. I just saw it scuttle under my keyboard, and I was like, not today, bitch.
Nice. Oh my god. Why is the chat and the stream off sync? It is?
What? The
I don't
chat
think so.
is off
Yeah,
sync?
try refreshing because I don't see it, or it doesn't look off
Yeah.
sync to me. Not on stream or on
Felix!
real life.
On real life.
You. What is it now?
You, how dare you be mean to her?
I have not come to ask you to chop wood. I have other things to speak of with you. You said that for one to
Have your
live,
bitch.
they must also be prepared to kill.
This again. Yes, that's what I said. You still have a problem with that?
No, I do not have a problem with it at all. I simply want you to live too.
Oh.
Aw.
Okay. Then I'll get back to my training.
Excuse me. I am not finished yet.
Tell him,
During
Flan.
this time of war, you must wield your sword to ensure your
Speaking
own
of
life.
veggie boys.
If that is the case, then it follows that we should bring an end to this war.
To end the war, you'd have to kill more people.
Perhaps that is true. But once all is said and done, there would no longer be a need to kill, only to live. Is that not so?
Well, that's the hope.
That's pure fantasy. But if it came to pass, there would be no place for me. What would I do? I was raised to swing a sword.
Why is there shit to my panties?
Somebody getting some panties!
I needed to scroll chat. So I could gift a sub.
I was like, did something happy and I missed it? Happy happen?
No, I needed to scroll chat.
If the war
That was
ends
good.
and peace reigns, I shall be sure to have plenty of wood chopping for
Before
you to do.
Doom sniped.
What a generous offer.
That's right.
And you will never be
Oh my
short on
God.
fruits and vegetables to chop for me either. If you felt like you lost your purpose in life, surely you would find a new purpose. It is not like you to be afraid of losing something after all.
I never thought about it, but maybe there is a path for me in peacetime. I'm intrigued.
Spleen is too good for Felix.
Fact.
I might even like to realize this fantasy of yours.
Wow, I wasn't going to, I swear.
Such joy, Felix. Together we can make this a reality.
2 down, 2 more to
I
go.
can see it now. A life where you slice vegetables rather than people. I will greatly enjoy the day
A
when
life
we
where you
inhabit a world
slice
like that.
vegetables instead of people. Oh, Flan, she's so
analogy.
pure. No, I wasn't trying to hide Arya from Dooms. When I click on someone's username, if they're down too far, I can't actually hit the gift a sub thing because it doesn't show up. So I was pushing I was pushing their username up so that I could quickly gift a sub. Anyway, you're welcome, Arya. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy your sub. I owe chat 4 subs and I've gotten 2, so
Yes,
that's very annoying actually. It is.
Yeah.
So like if it's down too, if the name is down too far, it doesn't give me the option to gift a sub, and then I have to wait for chat to scroll. So I was like, no, I'm gonna scroll chat. You can't tell me what to do.
Oh no, what happened in your Blue Lions run? Also, when you said BL, I can't unsee Boy Love, but yeah.
That's what Umbreon said in the Discord.
Every time I see BL, think Boy Love.
Well,
yeah. That's what I get for being a weeb. The drop down is bad if the name's too low. Well.
Yeah. Catherine and Caspar, A+.
Yowie.
Yes!
I thought Borderlands. I mean, fair.
Finally got a hit on you.
That sounded weird, but okay.
I didn't expect you to come this far.
I've been training non-stop, so it had to happen eventually. I've been using my head a lot more too. I'm not the same old cat.
As in like hitting people with your head?
What kind of Caspar are you?
Well, if you're Thunder KatFTWynn, then I get to be Lightning Caspar. No, that's no good. Fiery, no. Burning
Caspar the friendly ghost?
I wonder
Yeah.
where all this fire of yours comes from.
It comes from wanting to fight by your side.
Sorry,
Weird.
what?
Is this gonna be romantic? Because I don't.
Keep an eye on me.
I have to
About
say her
not being my
reaction was
babysitter?
golden. I'm
Yes,
sorry,
I
what?
seem to recall saying something like that.
That's why I decided I needed to train and get to your level instead. I'm gonna keep getting
God,
stronger.
no,
That
Jake.
way I'll never have to leave your side. You and me were...
Stop. That's enough for now. You've only managed to hit me once. Let's see if you can actually beat me. If that happens, I'll hear your request.
In that case, you'd better get ready. I'm real fired up now.
My
You're
God.
gonna have to start calling me Inferno Caspar.
Yeah, we did play the first one, Video Junkie.
Yeah, we played the first Borderlands and half of the second one.
Yep.
I don't like that romance.
No. I just have to say her reaction was golden. It's like being hit on and not realizing that's what they were about to do and just being so uninterested. She's just like, what? No. I got trolled with Ignatz and Flan, Catherine and Caspar, and worst of all, Bernie and Yuri, which made no sense.
Oh, I hate it.
They had the smallest heart on my list. What the fuck?
I mean, at least in my playthroughs, a bunch of people just end up alone, which is preferable to that.
Jesus.
Oh god, better burn the cartridge just to be safe. Burn the whole Switch!
No! The Switch doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, it does.
RNG hates it, apparently.
Jeez.
I'm so sorry, Bella Cook. I call bullshit. Fair. But I think Kathy forces herself to settle with her male partners. I mean,
I don't see her really connecting with any of them.
Yeah.
Just Shamir.
She's definitely lesbian.
Yeah, I don't
She
want
could
her
end
and
up with
Caspar
Rhea or
together.
Shamir.
Yeah, that's it. Those are her options.
But
The only person I see her with is Shamir, right? I don't get it.
If the Switch allowed it to happen.
Ah, Lysithea. Thank you for coming. First, I ask that you allow me to apologize. I fear I hurt you with my insensitive words. I have failed you, not as a researcher, but as a human being.
I'm the one who should apologize. I'm sorry for being rude to you. Anyway, I'll keep going along with your research. I have to be on my way now.
Please, Lysithea, a moment more. I did not call you here simply to apologize. I told you once that you were an exquisite subject for my crest research. Why? Because there are no records of any other person ever having borne 2 crests.
She wasn't born.
Right, that's what he's saying. Like, nobody else has ever been born with 2 crests, so
It seems hasty to conclude that overcoming your
they can't be sure that her
lifespan is an
lifespan
impossible
will be shortened.
What is it you're implying?
Lysithea, what is my field of study?
Crestology, of course.
Crest?
Indeed.
God.
And the goal of
I
my
wish that was her
field is
response.
to unravel every single mystery crests might conceal. Someday, I even hope
eat
to
them for
devise a means to
breakfast.
bestow a
Nom,
crest
nom, 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 nom,
upon
nom.
any who
Would not put it
desires
past him.
one.
Why would you want to do such a thing?
Because I despise this world in which the presence or absence of a crest can determine a person's worth.
Wow.
Yeah, he really should be hanging out with Edelgard. He should not be here.
Artificially implanting
Yeah.
a crest causes too great a toll on the subject, it would be useless. As such, reducing the strain of crests on the human body is one of my research goals. Understanding how to implant a crest might also lead to the knowledge of how to remove them. Yes?
Do you think removing a crest could mean that they won't suffer from its effects any longer?
What I am trying to tell you is, the question of whether your lifespan can be restored is entirely within the scope of my research.
Could you really do that?
It is difficult to say for sure, but as long as the possibility exists, I will continue to seek it. Lysithea, let me ask you once more. Will you assist me in my research?
Professor Hanneman, I think I'm the one who should be asking for your help, really.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sick of a crest determining a person's worth, too.
Again,
is that
they
right?
probably shouldn't
Perhaps you
have
would even
sided
like
with
to
us.
begin studying crestology
Yeah, seriously.
yourself. I think you would make a fantastic apprentice. A life devoted to research is a noble life, you know.
If you do manage to restore my lifespan, I'd certainly think about it.
I will hold you to those words. Ah, I see a fine future ahead of us. Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho ho ho.
Yeah, that's one of Hanneman's better supports. For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he was just kind of making the point that, like, nobody else has 2 crests, so we can't say for sure that they're not removable. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, his supports with Edelgard are kind of about that, where she's like, I'm basically trying to create a world where crests don't exist and have no value. Why are you here? And then he explains a bit of his backstory, which is interesting, actually. And made me feel really bad for Hanneman.
It's just not what you would expect from him.
What?
Huh?
What'd you say?
I said it's just not what you would expect from him.
What isn't?
To think the way he does with how much he talks about crests and stuff. Like, you think it matters a lot to him.
Right.
I only want to lock them into an ending so that way she lives.
It's not romantic. Their ending isn't romantic, so at least we don't have to worry about that.
At least it's not creepy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Sedith. I'd better slip away before he...
Ah, I see you are indulging in a bit of reading. You are fond of books, I take it?
Yes, reading's one of my favorite pastimes. I was just finishing up, actually, so I think I'll...
That is most fortuitous.
Fortuitous? How do you figure?
Come with me. I have a story to share with you. Once upon a time, deep in the cold mountains, there lived a lazy fox and an industrious squirrel. The squirrel worked tirelessly all day long, while the fox did nothing but lounge around and play.
Hilda.
When autumn came,
It's exactly Cat Hilda. Yes. You see the point he's trying to make.
Yep.
Winter fell upon the land.
I love how he's basically reading her like a fable to tell her that her laziness will kill her.
The squirrel had locked up tight and gone to sleep. Every so often, the squirrel would wake, enjoy a nibble of an acorn, and then return to an easy slumber. The fox, on the other hand, with nowhere else to turn, was forced to scrounge for food in the bitter cold of the forest. Forlorn and hungry, he wandered in solitude all through the winter.
Guilting her with fables.
Until spring came once more. And so it is to this very day.
She's asleep.
That foxes are denied the comforts of hibernation.
Ah, I really learned something about foxes. I read lots of fairy tales like that when I was little.
And yet none of them
The lazy fox
stuck.
and the industrious squirrel, huh?
Nope.
That one I don't think I've heard before.
That is not surprising, considering I wrote it.
Oh, you wrote it?
I did.
I did, about you.
When Flane was young, she loved fairy tales more than anything. I would read them to her often. This one, however, is a more
I know,
recent
it's so
creation.
cute.
I wrote it for the benefit of the children in the monastery.
He's such a dork. I love
what
him.
Do you think? I'm curious to hear what sort of impression it made on you.
It's so cute.
You found it to be cute?
I just see it now. You writing fairy tales for your little sister. That's just the cutest thing. Honestly, to me, you usually come across as stern and overly perceptive. But now I know you have a sweet side too. I feel like I'm seeing you in a whole new light.
Step back, girl.
Not what I was hoping to hear.
Back up.
Hey, Hilda. But he's the fox where the fuck he gonna store meat for the winter. I mean,
You've arrived at just the right time. Care for one of these handmade treats?
My goodness,
I want
Verdant.
treats.
When did you become such a talented confectioner?
Oh, Dorothea, I am hardly an expert.
Nevertheless, you have managed to make some tasty-looking treats.
Well, it is the first time I have tried my hand at it. Honestly, there were several unsuccessful attempts preceding this batch. I made these pastries to solve that.
I gave those to Raphael.
The reason you despise me.
Oh?
said I was like a bee. The bee is a dutiful worker, just as I am. But the bee inherits a capacious home, with a wealth of honey. Similarly, I inherited my fortune. I did not receive it as a reward for my labor. I surmised that perhaps you'd feel differently about me if I earned something all on my own. That was my plan, to emulate your transformation from desperate pauper to successful songstress.
All on your own? Did you renounce your nobility? Give away your riches?
No, I made these.
No, I made cookies.
I obtained all the ingredients on my own, without anyone's help.
You mean, you got the sugar and the flour?
Yes. To earn the flour, I worked in the fields. To earn the sugar, I carried a merchant's wares.
Who did the cooking? You?
Naturally. I took on some extra chores in exchange for use of the kitchen at night.
I have to admit, that's impressive. Hey, it looks like you had a bit of an accident. Is your hand okay?
I burned myself a little while I was baking.
How could she see that? He's wearing gloves.
Nonsense. That burn will scar you, know. Come on, let's get you to the infirmary.
Wait, Dorothea! You have yet to try my treats.
You should be fine now, Ferdy. Big shot nobles have to treat their bodies with care just like the rest of us.
There you go again. Noble this, noble that. Though you did say it with less disdain than usual.
Nothing gets past you. As it were, I may have reconsidered you a little.
You have reconsidered me? Finally! Just as I had hoped, we are becoming friends. Now then, I propose that we...
I only said I reconsidered a little. And you still haven't figured out why I said you're like a bee. Which is funny, because you look like a bee right now. Bye!
What?
So,
Bum to the bumble.
Mystified bee.
Oh my god. Buck to the bumble.
That's Ferd in a nutshell.
Oh my god.
Hey, Dorothea. Something's been bothering me. I kind of feel like you act more casually around me than you do with
That was
other
a great
people.
yawn song.
Casually?
You're welcome. Sorry, I'm a sleepy bean.
You are a sleepy bean.
Other people uncomfortable. Like when you asked me to clean your room. You're not very flirty toward me like you are with the other guys. You seem weirdly comfortable around me.
I've never thought of her as flirty towards any of them.
Hey, are you interested in me?
Any of the other guys?
Yeah.
Interested.
I only see her flirt with girls.
I mean, she does go on a lot of dates though, so I think maybe that's what he's talking about, like with nights and stuff.
Oh, gotcha. Otherwise, I'm like, she's sassy to everyone.
You're like a little brother to me.
Ugh. Really? That's not exactly a compliment.
Why not?
No, but it's true. And now that I've thought about it, I like the whole idea.
Why is that not a compliment? That's like family.
No.
Okay, that's a little.
it's not
She's
gonna happen.
getting a little too into the role play. That's weird.
I'm embarrassed just thinking about it.
Oh, come on. It's just a goof. You can
I think
manage it
she's
at
just
least once,
messing with
can't
him.
you?
Yeah, she is.
Oh, I know. If you do it, I'll stop using you for my chores. How's that sound?
That's an enticing offer. Fine. Once. Big sis.
He says so defeatist.
You're such a cute little boy. I'm proud to have you as a sibling.
I'm not cute, and I'm not little. How would you feel if I made
As he
you call me
pouts.
Big Bro?
I know.
Oh? Well, I wouldn't mind that at all. Big bro. Is something wrong, big bro?
Oh my god.
This is the worst.
Oh my god, I love her. She's a little bit of a
Yes.
troll, though. Gotta say.
She is, yeah.
That was great.
But
Dory
they deserve
the
it.
troll. Is this roleplay? It's like a trolling roleplay. Like, it's not.
Yo, yeah, that's
No.
a thing, Kat. A trolling roleplay. What?
I mean, No, I mean, like,
I don't want to know. I don't want to
it's
know.
like a joke, not no. What Tim's saying, he's
ma'am?
uncomf. I'm saying no. It's not like that.
Okay.
Dory trolls so well. That's why I love her. No, I feel like she definitely was doing it to make him uncomfortable. To joke
She's
around.
just being sassy.
Yeah, she's being sassy. It's not. I don't think it's meant in any other way. Then she's definitely Kat's type if she's a troll. I mean,
Stop.
Ugh.
I'm leaving you alone just as you asked. I may be walking the same way as you, but
More sass.
I love it.
you've made it abundantly
But the thing
clear
is
I'm
she
not gonna
sasses at people who have more,
including
or in
politeness.
theory, like men in general. People who have
I
more
think she's
power
more
than her, like
savage
nobles.
than a troll.
She can be, yeah, too.
Not much to gain from marrying me.
I just find you interesting is all. Is that so odd?
Interesting? I'm not interesting. What do you mean?
Stills girl.
I've never met a noble so
Hello.
unsociable. Yes, that's the word, unsociable. Other nobles are quick to be friends, even if it's just because they might gain something from it.
The Empire's nobility, maybe. The Kingdom's nobility is a whole different animal.
If they are, so what? You should care how others think of you.
Why? I don't answer to them. All that matters is improving my skill. I'll prove my worth on the battlefield. Those
Okay.
people care so much about appearances they can't even see each other. It makes me sick.
Oh, I agree. What's important isn't how someone looks, it's their true nature. I don't pretend to know your true nature. I don't even have a very good understanding of my own. But I suppose you see mine just fine, don't you? Just a silly girl with no thoughts in her head except for marrying a noble. Yes? Goodbye, Felix.
F.
F.
She just savaged Felix. I mean,
There's
I'm
something
okay
I
with
want to
this.
say to you.
Uh-oh.
Felix is the grumpy uncle at Thanksgiving party.
Did you spot me sneaking back in this morning? Or is it about that girl who got mad I kissed her sister goodnight? I can explain either way.
No, I'm not here to get after
I
you
can
about those things.
explain either
Surely other
way.
people have that covered.
Bro.
But I really want to talk
That's why I
about
like him and Ingrid, because
during our
Ingrid would kick
training
his
sessions.
ass.
When we're sparring,
Yeah.
you're always passing on great opportunities to get the edge on me. It's almost as though you're going out of your way to make me think you're incapable.
Nah, I just like giving other people the spotlight.
Uh-huh. It's not that you took something I said to heart about how you don't have to work hard to be good at stuff and how that isn't fair?
I did take those things to heart. We're friends, right? I'd be sad if you started to hate me. There's just one thing I want you to remember. Guys like me, who hate hard work and sort of get by on our wits, it all falls apart eventually. I'm smart enough to know that. So, I respect people like you. I mean it.
Oh. Is that sincerity? It's kind of creeping me out. It's just so unlike you.
It's weird coming from him.
When you say nice things like that, I can't take joy in beating you. I want to beat you when you're at your best. That's why it bothers me so much when you don't try your hardest against me.
Let me put this a different way. I've always been treated like I'm special, and I'm not. At least, I don't think I am. I'm just tired of people thinking they know what I can and can't do. When everybody expects something of you, or envies you, it's kind of suffocating. I'd rather people think I'm dumb. Well, I mean, I can still be pretty dumb.
All the time.
I have to admit,
Hi, Bear.
I have a hard time understanding where you're coming from. Just know that I want you to keep being great at everything without trying. If you stop being that way, I won't have any competition.
Cute.
Competition, huh? I like the sound of that. Where the heck were you when I was growing up? If I had someone like you back then, I think I may have turned out different. And better, I mean. Anyway,
Aw.
I'd love to chat more with
I
you.
mean, you could change your behavior now, Sylvain.
Also true.
Sure thing.
Also, I
The
think
very
Baron's
next
sniffing
moment
where I spilled coffee.
For now, I need to get to my magic training.
Oh, I see.
You need some
other time then.
caffeine.
I look forward to it, Annette.
It's like the floor smells weird here.
Really, it's a shame these two can't have a platonic A. It's a shame that Sylvain doesn't have a platonic A with any of the girls.
Yeah.
Because he and Bernie have a cute support chain, too.
Hello, Felix. Training alone again, I see.
Spying on me again, I see.
Hello, Felix. I see you have no friends still.
I am merely concerned about you. I do not think you have been keeping your friends at a distance because you dislike them personally. Rather, I think what bothers you is their concept of proper knighthood.
Baron?
Is that not so?
Are you here to be a dick?
You really have been watching me closely. You're correct. I don't understand why they revere knighthood. I won't be friends with anyone who believes in that nonsense.
Do you feel that way because of what happened in the tragedy of Dusker? I have heard the story. Your brother was one of the royal knights. He gave his life to defend the prince.
My brother was doing his job. My father is the real problem. When my brother's armor was brought back to the castle, do you know what he said? He died like a true knight. Chivalry begets the worship and glorification of death. Am I alone in finding that grotesque?
That's fair, yeah.
I suppose
I'd be
you'll
inky, too.
excommunicate me for blaspheming like this.
Not at all. I am not a knight, so I have no intentions of lecturing you about chivalry. So long as one's conduct is consistent with the teachings of the goddess, it is up to the individual to decide right from wrong.
In that case, I'd like you to formally pardon me for not having friends.
You require no such pardon. This is merely advice from an old man to a younger one. As unwavering as your convictions may be, the others also feel strongly about their beliefs. If you hate all those whose beliefs are different from yours, you will hate everyone eventually.
Well,
People with
he already
exactly
does.
the same beliefs as you simply do not exist. You do not have to change your beliefs, of course. But you do have to accept that others feel differently. That is my advice to you. I will speak no more of it.
Oh,
Baron
Baron is coming too late.
Can I ask one thing? Why are you going out of your way to tell me this? Why bother with me at all?
Because I trust you. Now that I've heard what you have to say, I trust you even more.
I'm wondering if
I am
Felix
also a
reminds
rather
him
eccentric
of
I thought you and I might get along.
one of his brothers.
Yeah.
You've gone to so much trouble. I may have to start making an effort as well.
Good. Do not take this the wrong way, but I hope you will surpass my expectations.
Because I think he says something about Bernie being similar to Indek. And she has Indek's crest. So I wonder if Felix reminds him of Macule and is kind of like, hey, don't isolate yourself. You know?
Right.
That would make sense.
Right.
Sedith is like the best teacher out of all of them.
Fact.
He actually gives them lessons. I mean, I love Manuela, but like she's got
She's
her
a hot
vices.
mess.
She's a hot mess, and Hanneman's just like crests. So it's like,
I mean, basically. He really tests my patience. Just eat him in the bin with Egg, not Cyril and Yuri.
all right.
Angsty Felix is like a puppy. One teenager that thinks they know how the world works, but just because of one bad experience, yeah.
I'm just trying to make sure everybody is like.
Bernie has a muscular husband. At the end of my playthrough, who was it? Eco Crass? Persona
Hanneman
5 is
dedicated to his craft.
I mean,
that's one way to put it.
Persona 5 is confusing me so much right now. I'm scared. Good luck.
Why? I thought you beat the final boss. Are you like in the end game where it's just giving you lore?
Yeah. Be careful, spoilers. Manuela just gets drunk and woes over her romances. And then her students have to carry her to her bedroom, yeah.
Or sometimes people come into the infirmary to get healed and she's drunk on the floor.
Right.
Oh, man, Willa.
She's a hot mess, but she's my hot mess.
She's still very caring, though.
Right.
I think everybody actually is okay. So that's good. You'd still marry her, flaws and all? As you should.
I mean, for sure.
As you should.
Take care of my girl.
Morale meals today.
Nom noms.
Nom nom noms. Let me see. Lorenz.
Noms.
Yes. Noms.
This is my absolute.
I did not.
So fast. Fastest dinner ever. Okay, you ate. Bye.
Thanks for coming by.
She actually stops being Bernie with Raph as her husband? What do you mean stops being Bernie? Like just stops being nervous? Big muscles, Raph. Thanks for eating, mammal. Laters. They just stuffed the entire meal in their mouths. Yeah. Then again, I tend to be attracted to characters that have emotional baggage. There's one that was an abuse victim and has attachment and attention issues. Oh. The poor beans. Stops being a shut-in entirely and becomes an outgoing person? Being with Raph? That's Presh. She's just so comfortable with him. Aww. They chipmunk it as they're being shoved out the door. Just big cheeks. Cheeks full of food.
This is flavor.
Look at this nice dinner we're having, Kat.
It's so good. I want to know what it is. I want it. I mean, I know they say, but I didn't pick up on which one you picked, but it just looks good.
Thank you for that.
I heard the meow in the distance.
You did.
At least Raphael's was a better version of that. Okay. He forces her into training to get better with people. I mean, as long as she was okay with that forcing. Oh, there's still one for Dorothea? Or did that just happen?
That just happened.
Oh, okay. Damn. It's written down in Bernie's journals. Oh, gotcha. Raph would be good with any of its partners. Any of its partners. Platonic or romantic. Cute. I agree. Raphael's just a good, wholesome bean. He just loves food. He'll be happy. My version made it seem like Yuri was the best influence for Bernie, and I hate it. Fair, Bella.
He's not. It's a lie. Don't let them lie to you.
I love when Discord cuts Kat off. Discord is like, all right, enough of that. I know! Rude.
Happening a lot.
She calls them torture on her person. What? Training? You're right.
Delicious.
The
Okay, Lysithia and Hilda. Bernie need to be motivated.
They need to get those excitements on.
That sounds weird, but alright.
I try. How dare you? I'm trying to put words together. He ain't touching my daughter unless he wants to lose both kneecaps. Well. Discord does that when I'm on a call with my boyfriend while I'm at work. It's rather annoying. Yeah. I liked Yuri and Bernie together. I thought it was cute. The problem we have is more how they changed Bernie's backstory. And I'm assuming you know the supports. But it basically like tries to make Bernie be like, oh, my abuser's not actually that bad. When your abuser's bad.
It just retcons the story to make her dad seem less bad, and they've already tried to retcon Bernie's history, so it kind of pisses me off.
It's really the writers that we're most mad at.
I mean, I still don't like Yuri anyway, because he's... I don't like his cocky smarminess.
Yeah, he's not for me.
Nope.
They forced a retcon that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, yeah. I just think they look good next to each other. Oh, visually? They attract purple-haired people.
Who do you want to take to the sauna?
Let's do Mammal.
Okay.
We've been talking about Mammal a lot. Mammal! Her dad is really bad and should be conveniently in the way of a sword attack for a final boss. Fair. Oh, you said Mammal too. Nice. Same wavelength. That's typically how I ship characters unless they have good chemistry. That's fair. Like, just they visually look good together. Like, not knowing anything about personalities.
I can't.
That's how I am if I don't know the show or game or something. Jesus, Mammal. She can withstand so much heat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're feeling good.
We tried.
F.
F indeed.
I need characters that to have that chemistry. Swan Queen. Yeah, fair. I'm like that if I don't know the game or show, but once I know the game or show, obviously how they interact means a lot to me. Because that's how I am. Like Iroh.
I'm composing a record of our battles for posterity's sake. When was it that the Flame Emperor first appeared to us?
Fuck. I want to say the Red Canyon. I don't remember. It said it. I'm gonna get shit for this.
F.
Fuck. F.
How dare you upset my husband?
I'm sorry!
No excuses.
Oh,
Disappointed in you.
History. Don't you dare. I'm basically a male mammal with heat. Like, damn. F, I know. I think it has something to do with Japan and how parents are supposed to be respected. Orphans actually have a hard time with being adopted there because it's considered a disgrace for couples to adopt.
That's horrible.
That's really, really terrible for kids and puts them in a really uncomfortable situation if they're in an abusive situation. You tried, Cat. I did. Sedith will remember that.
I'm getting the hang of this.
That was weird.
It's
weird when I hear Violet's voice.
Yeah, I know.
Your beautiful Brea rendition. Kay's trying her best, even if she's failing. So, you know. I just hope Seta sees that.
He will
Imagine
in my
if
playthrough.
Imagine if Byleth was voiced by Rhea. No.
No. I will not.
We're both no.
I gotta deal with her in Persona 2. I will not.
Rhea's in the walls again.
She's in the walls?
I mean, but at least you get Sothis now. More so than we do.
I don't really want her either.
Oh, fair.
I don't really like Sothis. Sothis is a little brat. She has her moments where she's fine, but she's mostly just an annoying brat.
She's mostly a child. Ignore the yawns.
It's already weird enough with the Sothis romance.
I mean... Rhea's in the walls. I could not see Karami.
I don't know how to
fitting
pronounce
Byleth.
it.
Oh, that's the voice actress.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. She's better in cat form. Fair.
Yeah, I like Morgana, but then Morgana has his moments where he's like gross.
Right.
But that's Persona in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Except Jonker, but Jonker doesn't really say anything, so.
Jonker star.
Although Ferd's character has been very good so far. Ferd plays a therapist.
Ooh.
In the game. He's been pretty good. And there's this one random, like, politician who's, pretty chill. Been hanging out with him.
Surprising.
I know. It really is, though.
I like Sothis, but that's because she reminds me of my nieces a bit. Aw. You consider being Byleth? Ugh. Yay, creepy clone. Morgana's also full of himself and needs to stop. Fair. Annette is a punk doctor. What?
Yeah, Annette
Annette
plays the doctor in Persona. You would love her.
Oh my god.
I'll show you a picture of her after the stream.
I'm excited.
You would
The
love
woke
her.
boomer. The support's with Yoshi. What?
The woke boomer.
Ultimate.
Well.
Da, da.
Listen.
Dooms, get them, Kita.
Somebody getting some panties.
Welcome to the stream. Have a sub. Hello. I hope you enjoy your emotes. Everyone in chat, get him! Hi, Ultimate Anime King.
Hey. Dr. Legs by the fandom. Do they have legs for days?
Yes, she does. He's like
Takumi
if
is
Manuela and
Oh.
Shamir had a baby.
Ew.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Oh, and thank you for the follow. Speaking of, we need to have Manuela do a group task.
Wait, what?
Yes. She can. Oh, Dorothea wouldn't like flying. Dang. I was gonna have them go flying. I mean, that makes it sound like I'm gonna yeet them. That's not what I mean. I mean, Manuela and Sedith would probably be fine with flying together. We can see if they have unique dialogue.
So tempted, but didn't want Kita to murder me in my sleep. It is such a cute flan emote. It's fresh.
Oh, thank you, Arya.
Oh, the politician's named Yoshida? Oh, gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I always want to call him Yoshi.
Yoshi!
Yoshi!
I find some bits of Morgana really relatable, so I really also like him.
I mostly am fine with Morgana. I just don't like when Morgana is real thirsty for On.
Yeah,
I
that's a little weird.
don't like that.
That is fair.
Everyone needs to just leave On alone.
Yes.
And soon we will have an emote so that you guys can all tell everyone to leave On alone. That was done by none other than Kat. So,
hi.
Be ready. It's coming. I can't show it to you yet because I'm waiting for other ones.
That's fair. Leave Anne alone.
The issue is that Morgana is always thirsty for On, so separating that from Morgana is quite hard. Quite hard, yeah. It's
That's
but
what's
normally
distracting.
Morgana's fine. It's just like, because I don't think Morgana is as condescending at least towards me. Towards Ryuji, yes, but not towards the player character. Whereas Sothis is always really condescending.
Right.
And sometimes Morgana's rudeness is not warranted for Ryuji either.
Yeah.
You know? He'll
I'm
just be like,
excited
whoa, you
too.
actually did something helpful. I'm like, geez, leave Ryuji alone.
How dare. Da, 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 da.
Hell yeah, protect On Squad, that's right.
Hell yeah. But my
We
lady,
protect,
do you
she
need to
attack.
walk on me with this puddle? I mean. But he's a very tactless and perverted at times. Fair.
I met Yusuke. I'm not a fan. Like, he's fine after that scene, but I can't.
But it's a bad introductory scene.
Right. Like, otherwise, he's fine. But that scene really made me dislike him a lot. And it's even worse that it's never brought up again, because it's just like, well, it happened. Yeah. And then it's like, well, why did you have it in the game then?
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything. It's never referenced again. So it was literally just like pointless.
Yeah.
Which I think is
bad
worse.
First impression.
Yes.
He goes in the dumpster.
Like, if they hadn't put that scene in, I probably would have been fine with him.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah,
because otherwise,
scene, which was a total yikes. Yeah.
I mean, I like his voice, his manner of speaking. I really like his story with Madarame is really interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's unfortunate. I've got a similar opinion, but because I have this compulsion to do everything, I need to use him at some point. Yeah, I understand that, Ellie. I'm not trying to shade anybody that likes him or, you know, wants to use him or anything like that. It's just, it's just frustrating. Because, again, if it weren't for that, I probably would like him quite a lot, actually.
Yeah. It's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, Atlas is not great at writing men. They're not very tactful at writing men interacting with women.
No, they're not.
Catherine's a great example of that. As much as I enjoyed watching the story of Catherine and the game, I can recognize there's also a shit ton of problems with it. And you know,
and that's
what
the thing. Like
same with Persona. There's just a handful of interaction issues between genders.
Which is also really frustrating because I really do enjoy Persona a lot. Hence why I keep like pushing through and keep playing it despite being uncomfortable in a lot of situations.
Right. Hi, Harold. Hello, hello. Yeah, Atlas does a bad job at representing gay men. Yeah. And trans individuals, too. They didn't handle that in Catherine well.
I haven't seen Catherine. I don't think it's a game I would like, just from what I've heard about it.
Yeah, it's very much, I mean, there's good and bad endings, but yeah.
This'll be easy with you by my side.
Yes, this will go well.
Aww.
Aww.
Our lovers are cute.
Look at our excellent results.
Look how cute they are. Yeah.
Vincent, I do like how he's written, but he needs a shit time to grow.
always
Yes,
more to learn.
but Vincent is only good if you also do good run. He can also be completely shit going after the other Catherine. One scene in the Japanese version of 5 really bothered me. Oh, it's only in the Japanese version?
Let's put this to the test.
That was super sweet and
Perhaps I'll
wholesome.
expand the
It really
They
was.
can be a couple dooms. We're rooting for it.
We can make it happen. We have enough renown. Since Kat can't. Since Kat
I don't want my
can't-
wife to end up with someone terrible.
Yeah, so we can put her with Sedith if you want.
I am highly encouraged.
I don't mind doing that. Because I wouldn't use this for New Game Plus anyway. Like, I would use my other file. So, it won't affect me. If you want to ensure that she ends up with someone good.
I pretty much want to.
Okay.
I just feel bad at the same time.
All right, well, let's do Let's go ahead and do a seminar then with your wife. Since you can't romance her, my husband will romance her. Fine.
I would approve if my wife was Sedith, yeah. Time to lock in Manuela to a good person, yes. I really hate how the game treats Kanji's character as someone with... Oh, you mean for 4? I mean, I know nothing about Persona. I know a lot about Catherine, though it's been a while since I've played it. I mean, I never played it. I played very, very, very little. I think I did the first level. But because River was going to do completely bad route and I was going to do completely good route, but we just never got that far. I did watch a YouTube playthrough online of it all the way through. But they got this somewhat good. Not like the best ending, because there's like good and then best, and then there's bad and then worst. And they got the good. But yeah, Atlas just sometimes just really sexualizes women and doesn't have men treating them like as people sometimes, and it's just hard to deal with, especially as a woman. It's just like, really? More?
Especially when they're underage.
I mean, anime does that in general too sometimes. But if you want an anime that doesn't, I have a list of recommendations. I'm just saying.
You have a list of wholesome anime?
Yeah. Or at least ones
like
that don't
that
do
idea.
that. Lists of wholesome animes.
I like that idea. Also, I find anime really hard to get into just because there's so many and I don't really know where to start.
Yeah, that's fair.
To my experience,
Trigun is absolutely one of my faves. I mean, Vash does try to hit on every girl, but that's like just his personality in general. But like, yeah, no, it's the two main girl characters.
Or is he better than Sylvain?
Goofier. Oh, he's way better than... No, Vash is an amazing person. He's just also like pretty girl every 5 seconds. But the two main girl characters, Millie and Meryl, are very... they're not sexualized in any way, and they are always constantly kicking ass and can take care of their own and make smart decisions. And Meryl punches Vash anytime he gets too close to a girl, and it's great. So
I mean, as you know, my experience with anime has been Sailor Moon, Phoenix Wright, and Pokemon.
Phoenix Wright's
so
great.
Phoenix Wright anime is amazing.
Yeah. Panting and Stalking is all right. I enjoyed it for what it was. I don't think that would be Kita's thing.
I would like to do this again.
Why is that?
No, I could be wrong. If I remember correctly, it's pretty sexual. In a lot of tone, like in dialogue. But I haven't only seen a very little bit, so there is that. But I love the art style of Panty and Stocking a lot. Oh yeah, it's overt, yeah. So, because specifically one of them is very sexual, and she's just a little raunch. So, I do enjoy that.
It might depend. I don't know. I'd have to like watch it and see.
Yeah, I mean, I like I like the art style because it's like a very exaggerated style, like almost like Powerpuff Girls, but not.
Oh, really?
But they actually have long, tall bodies. Kind of like how like the older characters are drawn in Powerpuff Girls.
You mean like Miss Bellum with no head? So all the characters have no head? Is that what you're telling me?
No, like like the teens or like even some of the guys or whatnot. Like it's just very exaggerated. Yeah, I love the style of panty and stocking. I have a picture of Thor and Loki drawn in panty and stocking style, and I love it. It's one of my wallpapers. I'm gonna look up a picture and send it to Kita for after.
Oh. That is ready.
I gotta find a good picture that's also
God damn it, Dunes! Get out! Dunes! Get out! How dare you? I'm trying to teach my students, and then someone comes into chat, and then you take the gifted sub away. This is why.
This is why.
This is why. Hi, Annie. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy your sub that was not gifted to you by me.
Well, this is why.
My forgiveness is not going to reach you for several days, Dooms. Delayed in shipping. So you can deal with it.
Oh my god, Dalton with the get 'em and the fucking butt. He gave you he gave you a chance, no ban this time. What?
Yeah, I was playing the game, Tim.
Can you post it, Kat? Post what?
What, the list of anime?
Oh, I don't actually have a list. I could come up with one.
Oh, it's Raphael's birthday. Well, I guess we're taking Raphael to tea.
Shipment delayed due to holiday weekend. Post the panty and stocking style picture. I mean, it's just like a Google image search. Bless you.
Thank
It's
you.
just like that's the link I sent to Kita. It's just like a cover. I don't know what specifically.
Hey, demon.
But I'd be careful searching them too much because there was some riskier pictures I saw in Google Images.
I mean, that's... You Google anything. You
Yeah.
risk that.
I posted Hot Doctor in Discord. Okay. Bless you.
Thank you.
I've seen that one. Yeah.
Are you
Will
ready
happen
for tea
again,
time?
promise. I'm ready.
Uh-huh,
As
Deems.
best I can be.
Lie.
I noticed it's not outside for him.
No, in the later part of the game, it's in their rooms, I think.
But we were just... Huh.
I think it's dependent upon your support level, maybe? I'm not sure. Chat could probably confirm
Okay.
that. It might have to do with your support level.
School days?
Conversation got lively. Whoa.
Please, just give me food. It's an easier one. Capable comrades.
No,
God damn it.
camerads.
Monastery rules? To my knowledge, he's not
He
into
likes
opera.
the opera?
What? What?
Oh, I guess because of his support with Bernie when she's singing.
I don't know.
F.
Perfect recipes.
Excuse me?
That means I never would have met you.
That's not a... I mean, that's not wrong, but I...
Nod. I don't know.
But what...
Oh, okay. We did okay.
What do you say to that? Like, you know, Kat, if my parents hadn't just bit it, I would never have met you.
I don't know if that's a
If my parents hadn't been brutally murdered before my eyes, I would never have met you. So it's kind of great that it happened this way. What the fuck, Raphael?
He's so happy that his parents are dead. He's anti-Batman.
He's
Oh my
man-bat.
His sister is a fan, so he ended up becoming a fan too.
Thank God my parents are in the
We're in
dirt.
the dirt. That was a really bad topic. I know. Well, at least we got it, even though I failed one. Oh my god.
Oh, Raphael, what the fuck?
Ouch, hot. Well, he burned his tongue. Huh? He's a wholesome being.
Harder than armor. It can deflect any attack.
Raphael, I don't think you should
I don't
test
think
that
that's true,
theory.
Raphael. My chest is harder than armor.
Professor.
God damn it.
How the hell did Raphael and Mercy not get a support?
So my muscles are bulging.
Those two are totally the parents of their groups. I would prefer to see Mercy with Hubert, because I think that would be a very amusing.
Mercy with Hubert would be hysterical.
Right?
It really can't.
Raphael is way too close. It's not his fault. He takes up a lot of the table.
Thanks for the tea. But next
He
time,
does take up
let's
a
stick
lot.
to meat.
Inappropriate, Raphael.
Like always like, this is all fine, but please meet next time.
And more talk of my dead parents. It motivates me.
How do Raph and Mercy not get a support? Those two are totally the parents of the groups. I mean,
That's what I was
see him more as
saying.
wanting to be the brother to everyone.
Yeah, big brother. That's why I like his support with Flayn.
Yeah. Same.
Hubert and Mercedes sound hilarious. Wouldn't that be so funny? Because she, like, you can't hate her. She's too sweet, but Hubert would damn well try.
True.
And be like his grumpy self.
It's true.
Although Kat hasn't seen any of the Hubert supports.
I have not.
Which is a shame. They can be pretty funny. It's St. Macule Day.
St. Macule Day.
I guess we're gonna
What do we do
participate.
for this day?
We just sing.
Oh, okay.
We become Rhea.
That's the hot doctor?
Probably. I haven't looked in the
Hell
Discord.
yeah, girl.
I
just
knew
saw
you
I
would
had a
love her.
ping.
Something appears to be wrong with my throat.
She's like anime. She's like Bayonetta and Shamir.
Luna
Hey,
just
girl,
came in here,
hey.
rolled around on the floor, and belched really loud. So thanks, Luna. For that.
Well, go on. Tell us how great we did.
I'll tell you how great you do any day, girl.
Hubert would
That's
go
her
on about
casty
how he slaughtered an entire army battalion, and Mercy would say something like, "Well, that wasn't very nice of you, Hubert." No dessert for you, Hubert.
Exactly. Cat, please. What?
I must always
First
improve.
combo I found in Bayo was the lock-on strut. I mean, I love Bayonetta.
See, I said she was like a
works
mixture
it.
of Manuel and Shamir because she is a doctor.
Oh, that's fair.
Also, legs for days.
Legs for days. Well, that's why I said Bayonetta.
Fair.
Because Bayonetta has legs for days.
Starting to get it.
So much, everyone in fucking Bayonetta, guys and girls, all have legs that are
Can't say I'm
freakishly
surprised.
long. Don't look at Bayonetta proportions. They're not realistic.
And all that.
My dreams
And
have
all
been
that.
shattered.
Seriously, though, they all have impossibly long legs. I also looked at art at Bayonetta when I was trying to make the thumbnail, and I found that the like poster art is
Mm-hmm. Poster art what? Cat might be gone. Ma'am? 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 What happened? F? I guess I'll call her back. Hello?
I've been here. It kicked you out.
What a bitch.
You were just gone from the call.
Wow. Okay.
I knew instantly it happened because like the game audio and the game disappeared. Like,
Well, it's back now. Enjoy it.
There we go.
East.
That's what I was just messaging in chat. F? Discord? Yeah. So anyway, Bayonetta poster, one of the official posters. Don't look at it too hard, because something's terribly wrong. Can I just say? Because if you look, for some reason, I don't know why they didn't just use like her model and use it for the poster, because they didn't. If you look too closely at the model of the poster, you can somehow see from the side the back, her back, like her shoulder blades, and her boobs. That shouldn't be possible. That means her chest from her right to her left goes in a triangle.
Well,
you know what I mean? Anyway.
Are you saying I can never get Bayonetta legs? Sobs. I know, I wish I had Bayonetta legs.
Bayonetta has some nice legs. But no, don't pay attention to the poster art because it is so wrong. How? Yeah. I was trying to... let me see if I can find it. Because I was using it as an example to draw my Bayonetta. Or Bayonetta as me. And I was like, whoa, 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 what's going on
Cat's
here?
like, excuse me, I would like a word.
I'd like a word with whoever arted this. This is not
Whoever
right.
arted?
Whoever
Arted this? Who
arted
arted this?
I'm
did
upset
this?
about it. Oh my god. I gotta find it now. That's the problem. This is forever
why.
ago. Bayonetta 2 poster was fine. I keep getting the poster of her being, like, her back. That's not what I want. Found it.
Well.
I think this is it. Are you copying it? Oh, link copied. Okay. Was it this? I think it was this. It's not as exaggerated as I remember, but it's still not right.
It's still
very
not
wrong.
right. Still not right.
You should not be able to see the spine and the boobs. All right. So here is what I was looking at. That's some Rob Liefeld female body proportions shit. Yeah. It's like you should not be able to see that. If you see both shoulder blades, you shouldn't be seeing the front of someone. Oh.
All we do is battle. The fighting never stops. Turning everyone's disposition dour, even the ladies. We should throw a banquet to lift everyone's spirit.
How selfless of you. That's too soon to let your guard down. Good idea. I'll see what I can do. Good idea. I'll see what I can do. Oh, okay. He liked that.
Of course he did.
God damn it, Sylvain. Ow, her poor spine. Yeah. I told you she has legs. Bayonetta's freakishly, like, long-bodied, but I still love her.
Well, she's a witch, isn't she?
She is a witch. She is an Umbran witch.
There you go. She's a witch.
That's how she can do all these
that's how she can do it. She's a witch.
Like, I like to use Bayonetta as a great example of how you, like, if you want to have a sexy character, but not have them just sexualized for the sake of sexualization of a woman, Bayonetta's a perfect example because she just embodies sexuality. She's not, her personality matches how she conducts herself and also how she dresses.
It's not
and
just
how
for the
she...
sake of it.
Right. It's not just, I'm this timid girl who's dressed really scantily, and the guys are like looking at me, and I'm like, oh my God, what? What are you looking at? I don't understand, when they clearly, like...
I hate that.
Yeah, like, there's that. Or like, oh, I'm just admiring, like, how that shirt fits on you. And she's like, oh, thanks. Like, actually oblivious. Not like, you know, in real life when we're polite and but creeped out. No, like in animes, they're just like completely written off as oblivious. Bayonetta completely is sexualized, but is like sexual girl incarnate.
She
Like
owns
she
it.
just works it, and
Yeah.
that's it. That's just who she is. Also, she uses it to distract her enemies and then take them out. It's great.
Yeah, she's in control
So.
of it, and it's consensual.
Yeah, exactly. And she gets naked at the drop of a hat. It's fine. She does. Her clothes are her hair, and when she attacks
So
with
I
her
could
hair,
cosplay
they
her,
come
is
off
what you're
body.
saying.
I mean, you'd have to do that high beehive. Fucking the beehive. I will say, I like her outfit from 1 more, but her hair from 2 more. Just because the beehive, I can't. But
Fair.
she gets naked when summoning. Yeah, when she summons, not gonna say what the title of the move is called, but when she does her final move, she gets undressed, but it doesn't like fully show you because I don't think it's rated M. I think it's teen, might be M.
Is it really? I would think
I don't know.
Bayonetta would be rated M.
You'd think, yeah, it might be.
But it's been a while.
I did not expect.
It might be. Does it have an rating? Rating. Okay, not that kind of rating.
Raid Shadow Legends?
No, it's like its rating. It has 84% on Metacritic, 9.5 out of 10 on IGN, which is actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
ESRB, there we go. It's M, yeah.
I was gonna
But
say that I don't think
see
that's T for
nipple.
teen. Phoenix Wright is rated M.
Yeah, that's true.
I like this dish. It was my
You don't see like nips
Or else
anything
teen,
like
whichever
that.
one you didn't you think maybe it's teen and you thought it was
Scrummy
rated
face
E, or else you thought it was rated teen and it was rated M. One of the two.
It was one of the two. I don't remember. Either way, I thought it was innocent than it was. Both are M? Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Raid Shadow
And
Legends.
you're like, oh yeah, it's rated teen. I'm like, Cat, there's like a bloody murder that happens immediately in the game.
I was like, oh yeah. She's in control of her sexuality and is very well aware. Exactly. So like, she's a good example of how you can do that if you want a sexy character. But if the person is literally not like that all the time, like it's just for male gaze, and I'm not a fan.
Constance, am I mistaken, or were you somewhat averse
That was
to
my
vegetables in the past?
that was my recent complaint with The
Vegetable.
Witcher.
Keep these embarrassments to yourself while there are others.
What, boobs?
I just looked at Eco and I said, what's the boob to dick ratio in this game? And he was like, yeah, no, it's just boobs all the time. And I'm like, yeah, see, if you're gonna do that, you better show some dick too.
Yeah, show me some equality. You give me a belly button window for female Byleth. Give it to me for male Byleth.
I want male Violet to have a belly window.
What's the boob to dick ratio? I like that. Oh my god. Also, Tali's precious and just came up here to give me her stocking.
Well, that was
You're
nice of her.
cutie. I love it when she does that. But I like a good dick. I just looked it up for rating and it's $5 on Steam. Bayonetta is? I highly recommend. Honestly, it's really fun to play. But I highly recommend playing it on easy. And I'm not joking about that. Every single person who has ever played Bayonetta agrees normal is fucking hard.
Oh, really?
It's literally the stupidest increase in difficulty. Even, I
Huh.
think, what's this? Or no, Jolly Jack. He was an artist that I followed a long time ago.
Except
I haven't
Outlast,
looked
good
into it
job,
recently.
Outlast.
Outlast is nothing but dick. No boobs. I think there is maybe in 2, but
They
in
just wanted
1,
to
it
break
was
the
nothing but
mold
dick.
and do something different.
Yeah, they have the naked twins. Bravo. Anyway. But yeah, so, but even like that artist had written about how Bayonetta on normal was stupidly hard. Yeah, I can vouch for that. It's painful. It's so hard. But I played Bayonetta 2 on normal, completely doable. It was fine. And I was so upset playing Bayonetta 1 on easy because I found out you can only get like certain unlocks if you played on normal. I was like, fuck you. So I tried to play on normal to get those unlocks. Could not get past halfway through. I was like legit raging. I couldn't.
That sucks.
I was like, fuck this. I'm out.
Now, whenever I play any mature game like The Witcher, my first question would be, what's the dick to boob
ratio? Yes.
That would be in my ratings if I ever became a game reviewer. I'd be like, okay, well, listen, there's about
Just make a blog and have a blog
That's the
of
whole
just all games of boob to dick ratio. You play games just to let people know boob to dick ratio. You count every single time boob is on screen or dick.
Oh my god, I'd lose count in The Witcher. Holy shit.
I rated
It's just everywhere.
Dilly today, and there was so much boob when I was about to rate him.
Yeah.
For Witcher 3. Twitter account. It's like, can you pet the dog, but boob to dick ratio.
Oh my god, can you pet the dog?
Yeah, do you not know that Twitter?
Yes, I do. That's why I'm laughing. So I'm like, that's a whole different...
I know, that's much more pure. I follow it. It's cute. Like, can you pet the dog Twitter? Exactly, Tim. Sister account to can I pet your dog? Yep. I like how everyone went there.
Eco, oh my god, that was funny. I did. I looked at him and I asked him that because I've been watching him play through The Witcher 3 and I was just like, oh look, there's another naked woman.
What a shocker.
And then I asked him, oh, and then when the one was introduced, her shirt is like so open and you can see everything. And then you immediately, just see her topless. And I'm like, I bet you can fuck her. And then Eco looked at me and guess what? You can. It's like, well, see, I told you. I told you.
What a shocker.
I was not wrong.
Oh my god. I think is there a toilet one too? Really? Oh my god. I remember GTA Lost in the Damned had a scene full frontal male nudity. Nice. Now whenever I play mature games, yep.
Asking the important questions.
I'm extremely thirsty for Balthus. Balthus is cute. His nipple
I like
tips are weird.
Balthus. His nipple tears? Okay, well that's his outfit though.
Yeah, that's true.
He doesn't actually have nipple tubes.
I'll fondly remember.
But yeah, if you guys
I did not know they had unique dialogue. Well, this is interesting. I was not expecting that.
I totally missed it.
Well, they said the meal was good. That's not actually what they said. They're like, oh, this is a fond memory, I guess. They said something like that.
Witcher 3 is very progressive for the Witcher series, though. You no longer get trophy cards for betting women. Oh my god.
Wow.
That's not a great... great bar to set.
I will say, though, I do love Yennefer. She gives me life. I love her. She's another character that's like...
surprise me.
It doesn't? Why not?
Well, I have only seen the show, so I know nothing about the games.
I want to watch the
But
show.
assuming their personalities are similar,
they probably are.
I'm not surprised you like Yennefer.
Why?
She's just a girl who gives no shits about like how anyone views her. She's just like fuck you all, but then also cares. Like she genuinely wants to help people and stuff, or at least gets to that point. And isn't like at any cost anymore. She recognizes there's a cost and stuff, but she still is very stern, very doesn't take shit from anyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she is sexy, but that's like part of her character, It's not just like, oh,
well,
I don't
know if it's the same as the show, but there's a reason for it in the show.
What? Oh god.
Yeah, I don't
know
if
it's written into her backstory.
Yeah, I don't know if that's ever shown in the game, at least as far as Eco is, but
because in the show she doesn't start off that way. She's not considered the stereotypical sexy. She's got a really bad I want to say scoliosis, a spine like Quasimodo shoulder. So whatever
that's not in the game.
Yeah, and her jaw's like really skewed to one side and stuff. I think the show's really based off the books. But yeah, she's very much like
that's what
that.
I've heard.
And then getting into her powers and stuff like that. Like she did a spell to make herself beautiful or something like that.
Oh, it's Mom's birthday.
So that makes more sense to me, is like she's like, I need people, or I want people to respect me and not look at me that way first, which is sad to have to do, but it makes sense in her character.
That's interesting. Cuz like I've just been watching, and a lot of times I'm doing other things while I'm watching, so I haven't been like fully paying attention.
Well, also isn't Witcher 3 like it's the third, so it might have already happened in the past?
I don't think she's in the other games.
Oh,
I
is she
think
not?
she's
Never mind.
only in 3, but I could be wrong.
I think they sort of mention it in the games. Okay. So, but it's never explicitly shown like in the show. Because it's a very big focus in the show. Mammal! Exactly. Mammal.
They have unique dialogue? How did I not know this? I didn't know that either. It just happened.
Surprise. That sounds
It was more like they both need motivated, so you're going to dinner.
Yep.
Hello, Professor. Did you want to see me?
Hi, Mammal.
This tea is my favorite. You have very good taste, Professor.
Offer some tea. I think the games are non-canon after the book spin-offs. Yeah, I think like the person who wrote the book was like, the games aren't very similar.
Interesting. She's only in 3, but they mentioned that sorceresses changed their appearance. I mean, that makes sense.
Okay.
I would if I was a sorceress. I'd be like, hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she changed everything about herself except for her eyes.
Interesting.
Pretty much. Because her eyes are purple.
I mean, if I had purple eyes, I wouldn't change them either.
Right?
I'd be like, hell yeah, look at my eyes.
Mammal? Oh, we call her Mammal because... Oh, wait. Hopes for your future?
F.
Cat!
She likes cats.
A word of advice?
Hey, we're getting into the conversation.
Children at the market? I can't get it wrong.
You should
What's
really
next?
brighten this room up a bit. Have you considered putting flowers in the window?
Praise or commend? I don't really... Oh,
Like,
well.
come on. Some bullshit.
Perfect, though. So we call her Mammal because it was Cyril, wasn't it?
Yeah, Cyril, during their support, he couldn't pronounce her name, so he called her Mammal. So that's a thing now.
He straight up called her Mammal. So now
He
we just call
did.
her Mammal. We thought that was the fucking funniest thing. Out of all the names to call Mercedes, you call her Mammal. That's not even close.
That's not even close.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
So then she says, like, just call me Mercy, and then he's fine with calling her Mercy. Or something like that. Okay. I thought he stumbled his words because he almost called her Mom. Oh,
I just thought he couldn't pronounce her name. I mean, maybe that's what it... I don't know. Oh, plot.
I don't think they suspected anything.
I knew I was right to entrust that task to you. You've got that honest kind of face that makes it easy to fool people.
Is that meant to be a compliment?
What did you write in the letter?
I informed them that reinforcements were on the way. It would have been suspicious for troops to show up unannounced.
So, the plan is...
We'll disguise ourselves as reinforcements from the Imperial capital and sneak into Fort Mercius.
Oh, you used my disguise plan after all.
We've also procured Imperial Army uniforms.
Ooh, good work. I knew this was the only way.
However, that alone wouldn't be enough.
You did say the plan needed a little more refinement. Are you going to dress up like Edelgard, Claude?
I'm not sure that would accomplish much.
That would not fool anyone.
The name of the Imperial general leading the reinforcements.
While we're heading to the fort, a separate army is going to attack us.
The closest person would be like Scythia.
Yeah.
That's all just for show, though. It'll be our allies who are attacking us.
Oh, I get it. We're going to make it look like the Alliance is attacking Imperial reinforcements.
Right. When the
Did you
troops in
talk
the
to Hilda
fortress
and get the
panic and
dialogue
open up the
option?
gates, we're in.
We told
I
her to
love
dress up
nothing
like
more than
her.
for this plan to work.
Yeah,
But I've
Kat
got some
chose
bad news for you.
the other option.
Apparently, the notorious Death Knight has been placed in charge of defending Fort Mercius.
All right.
The one who
Okay.
kidnapped Flame. The Death Knight. I did not wish to ever think
Aw.
of him again.
He got some acclaim in the battle to subjugate Western Fargus. They say he holds the most military prowess in the Empire.
So the Death Knight is not Hubert, right?
Command us.
No, the Death Knight is not Hubert.
Trust us.
Okay, because I thought he was, but
So your big
No.
plan is to just trust your professor? Really, boy?
I've gotten him this far, bitch.
I'm sure we'll manage somehow. I'm counting on the tactics you learned from Captain Gerald.
nobody in chat let me know,
Prepare
but I'm
yourselves,
guessing it's
It's
Yuritsa. Because we still haven't seen that bitch in forever.
We have not seen that bitch in
This is
forever.
for your ears only, but there's actually one more part to my plan.
Okay.
I hoped it wouldn't come to this, but I have no choice.
Okay. No choice?
Absolutely. We can't afford to hold anything back. Thanks to Edelgard's strength, the Imperial army is more unified than I would have expected. It was a painful realization, but after our battle at Gronder Field, it's clear that we can't win if we don't pull out all the stops. I also realized something else during that battle. There really is something special about you, Teach. The reason
Do
we
you
were all
not
able to
remember
keep
how
our
we
cool
fused
in
with the
midst of
goddess,
chaos
or?
was because we all trust in you, in your command and in your strength. Everyone here believes that we will win as long as we have you on our side.
I think he just
Our
means
faith
like
in you
her
is borderline religious. You
way
and
to
I,
bring people together.
We have what it takes to free Fodlan from the Empire's rule. I know in my
We look
heart that
very
we'll make it
naked
through
from the
and
side,
witness
by the way.
world after
Yeah, I
all the
know.
fighting has ceased.
All I saw was skin. I still love that outfit. Oh, hey, bro.
Will Death's scythe claim you, or will I fall to that sword of yours?
He looks so
Surprise!
sad.
The Death Knight's Rhea.
Death Knight's Rhea. That would be
What a
that would shock
twist!
the fuck
What a
out of
twist!
me. I would be shook. I would be thoroughly shook. The one where we suggest
Surprise.
Claude like a girl. We didn't though. We suggested that like you could choose Claude dressing like a girl or Hilda dressing like the Empress. The Flame Emperor, I think is what they
Emperor
said.
or Empress, but yes.
And I said that like the Hilda one. I didn't say for Claude, so I wonder why she said it anyway.
The Death Knight has a great singing voice. His singing voice with his like
'Cause it's Rhea.
voice changer. These are not calming whale sounds.
It's my whale calls. I'm like Dory.
Okay, it's through whale sounds.
Oh
It's like Terry, I can't sleep without my whale songs.
Rhea, you auto-tune. The dogs ran away from you.
Good. I can run away.
Oh my god.
I'm surprised
Well, I
they
went with
bark
the
at
other one
me.
'cause I thought it'd be more appropriate. They bark. This isn't our mom. What's happening? Poor distressed whale.
Hey, I paid my dues. I did 4 gifted subs. Dooms. Key to get
I
them.
paid my dues.
I'm pretty sure I gifted 4. Let me check. 1, 2. Or did you
I know you
steal that
did
other
3.
one? Or did that one not count because you stole it?
I think it's because he stole it.
Well, see, this is why. Get out again.
Yep. Doom stole it.
Oh, hold on. Then why do I have 4 emails? Oh no, Twitch charged me and refunded me. Because of you, Dooms. I was like, well, then why do I have 4 emails here that say...
Oh my god, that's so fucking funny.
They charged me and refunded me because... because of you.
This is why.
This is why. Hi, Random. Have a sub.
No. Oh my god. You ain't getting that forgiveness, son.
Somebody get your panties!
You ain't getting that forgiveness, son.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Your forgiveness is now delayed 2 months. My word.
I'm highly amused.
I'm glad you are.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Why are you saying you're welcome to me?
That's the only thing I could think
You
of.
just said I'm highly amused. You're welcome. You're welcome that I am amused.
Don't think too hard about it.
It's no. I am thinking about it. All right, Kat's fading. Kat's falling asleep. She's not going to be awake for this battle. Everybody's going to die because Kat's going to fall asleep.
Why is everyone going to die because of that?
You're a general too.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Waste a bunch of money for no reason. Nice, Euros.
Thank you, Euros. Euros being like, I don't need forgiveness. I can waste my money. That flex.
You're welcome for the welcome. We all are, Kat. I know.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it is 11.
It is, and Kat's a sleepy bean. So we'll do this battle next